Listen, I've never cheated in my life. My woman is head over heels in love with me, wants to be married. I want to marry her at some point when the time is right.
I hope I get an invitation to the wedding.
And I'd love to. And she's a fan of yours as well. She loves listening to you.
Shout out to her.
All right, guys, got another debate for y'all. We got Gary the Numbers Guy and JW Lucas here. How's it going, fellas?
It's going incredible, man. We're all so blessed to be alive right now in the golden era of American exceptionalism, the revival period.
Not everyone's so blessed in this world, but I'm happy me and you are.
You two agree on a lot.
Actually, when you say blessed, I have to check people on that because when you say blessed, it actually means be less. I didn't check myself on that. I need to stop saying that myself. So in public, don't actually say blessed because that actually tells people be less.
Well, I mean, in this world, your belief, your subconscious belief, the entropy, meaning the level of certainty to your beliefs, is the main factor in what shifts your reality, you know, around your beliefs. So if you believe that using certain particular words is going to prevent you from achieving certain things, bring obstacles into your life, you're going to get what you're looking for. You know, there's a group of neurons in the brain called the reticular activating system that allows us to chunk in on what we're interested in. So if you have the victim mentality and you think that by speaking particular words, you're going to be affected, you're going to get what you're looking for.
Not really.
So I propose the victor mentality.
Well, listen, no matter what you believe in, no matter what I believe in, 1 + 1 is always going to equal 2. So people have a warped reality of what they believe in.
Which is objectivity.
No, 1 + 1 is always going to be 2. That's not objectively.
That's subjectivity.
How's that objectivity?
Because it's not up to subjective opinion. This is objectively true.
It's a fact. It's a fact.
This is a Platonian form.
No matter what you and me believe, that's always going to be a fact. It'll never change.
Which is objectivity,
whatever,
as opposed to subjectivity, lived experience. But you know, in our present time, subjective opinion precedes objectivity.
Give me an example.
When someone says that because of the color of their skin, police are hunting them down in the street, that's not objectively true when you look at the statistics.
Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not true in Florida. Maybe it's not true in L.A., but it might be true in Alabama.
In certain
there you go.
Instances, and this is the point. We can't have a revolution in the streets, 2020, a la BLM, that damn near burns the country down and brings forth a postmodern neo-Marxist revolution under pseudo-reality truths. This is the nature of apophenia.
Talking about Black Lives Matter?
Apophenia is a psychological condition where people spot patterns, connections in uncorrelated circumstances or events, you know, and this is the fundamental principle of propaganda. This is how groups like BLM, intersectional feminist movements, use propaganda to hijack the minds of American citizens and condition them towards the victim mentality, towards aligning with these grievance groups that have been metastasizing since the sexual revolution.
That had to nurture. They had to nurture that. First, they had to bring in feminism. Then they had to make sure the feminists turn into fucking whores who are single mothers. You need a combination of everything because what you said right there would not be true if they didn't initiate their plan in the very beginning in 1920s, 1930s when women got the right to vote. It's all leading up to something.
Exactly.
So
this is the problem of the long march through the institutions. This is the communist philosophers like Herbert Marcuse, Theodore Adorno, all the Frankfurt School philosophers that were brought to America after World War II by the predecessors of the CIA, the OSS. America could never claim dictatorship, authoritarian control over the masses. After the Nazi Party did what they did, America had to figure out a way to cloak communism, and they've done it with fascism, which is government and corporate and state interests.
You believe we live in a fascist government right now?
No, I think we need to get towards a fascist.
Oh, you want fascism?
There's a problem with big tech, big pharmaceutical corporations being bigger than the government.
Do you want fascism?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I think we're better off under the Socrates notion of the philosopher king.
So you agree with you agree with Hitler? Who was a fascist?
In certain instances, obviously he was an incredible orator, and what he did was atrocious to hunt down and generalize an entire race of people. Just as I said, there are problems when we talk about this rise of anti-Semitism.
Is he a hero of yours?
Media. No, he's not.
Okay, just making sure.
I think he's an incredible speaker.
Yeah,
I think
agreed.
For the times when you look at the degeneration of Weimar Germany in those times, the parallels of today.
When he burned all the books, there were homosexual books and all that stuff. People don't know about that. I get it.
A lot of that gets rewritten over time by the winners of history. But in terms of the parallels with today, we're looking at a problem with the rise in anti-Semitism, which relates to this fracturing in our society, which we can call a resentment crisis, where there's the woke right now with the incels like Nick Fuentes,
woke right,
the woke right, which the parallels that overlap with the woke left, which is intersectional feminism. You see movements like BLM, the postmodern neo-Marxists that are trying to bring forth this counter hegemony.
But you kind of sound like Nick Fuentes right now. What you're saying is pretty much what he says.
No, I don't.
And I'm telling you what I'm thinking. Yeah, exactly. I'm looking at him and I'm seeing you're saying the same thing he is.
And there's an elegance in the communication, and just because there's pros associated with an individual doesn't mean that the cons that they're bringing to the table don't override the positive things that they're doing. When you're using vile language like the N-word, when you're
I use the N-word all the time.
Displacing hatred onto
how is that hatred?
Using the N-word?
How's that hatred?
Because of the history of the word. There's no other word in the human.
I think if you say it with the ER, that's hatred. But if you say it with the A at the end, that's like me saying, "What's up, my dude?"
And I believe it's dependent. And obviously, if it's a term of endearment, then it's acceptable.
There you go.
Around with people using the word towards you, it's justifiable to use it in your vocabulary. But when you're using it to get attention on social media, like Tate's doing right now, it's saying the ER, the hard ER, just to get a little viral action, these type of things is fueling degeneracy.
Tate's a no good pimp who got successful because he pimped out women and then he had a good fucking mouthpiece. Quite frankly, is one of the best mouthpieces in the game.
He could be the modern in terms of the greatest orator of our time.
Stop.
He's incredibly entertaining in his delivery, the precision.
You just called Tate Hitler?
In terms of his capacity to speak to the public, he's very entertaining. His storytelling, his diction, these type of things. But as you said, Tate became regal with fame. I believe he's refined himself over time. In his initial upcoming, he was a vile pimp, that exploited women for their labor. The lover boy method is insidious, promising girls that you're going to change their life by tricking off on them being in the club with the watch and having cars and all this degenerate modern corporate culture points to lure them out of their country, alienate them from their family, and then use his tactic that he shared in his Pimp and Hose degree course, where he has his assistant come in, say that he was contacted by a member from her town that she's a whore, threatens to cut her off now that she's alienated. Now she's vulnerable and leveraged to go on cam and do prostitution, these type of things. It's one thing if you're transparent and you tell the girl, hey, I got money, I'm doing this and that, I can provide resources for you, protection. You're going to make money through my platform, and we're going to split the profits, whatever it is, 50-50, 20%, whatever managerial fee he takes is different from, convincing women that he's going to wife them, throwing them the black card, taking them shopping. He's essentially a glorified trick.
I mean, listen, I'm not going to sit here and defend Andrew Tate. He was the one who was sending me, I think it was 218 before he got famous, he was sending me DMs to promote his pimping course. He's like, yo, easy 25 racks. Bro, I'm not into degeneracy. I don't do that OnlyFans shit. If I wanted to, I would have had 150 fucking whores under me with OnlyFans. I don't do that shit because you have to answer to somebody at the end of the day. I'm not going to do that shit.
Which we're getting back to objectivity.
That's not objectivity. That's not objectivity. That's not objectivity because karma is real. Karma is real.
Virtue is
real. You
real.
do anything wrong, it's going to come back to you at some point, bro. Doesn't matter how rich, how smart, what you know. If you do bad things, they'll come back to you. Karma is not objective, it's real.
Do you believe in karma, Lucas?
Yeah, karmic retribution is real, the positive and negative consequences. I believe that if your goals involve many people beyond your own interests, you increase the probability for success. If you're concerned with the modern incel crisis, for instance, the reason why you and Tate were interconnected and a lot of these guys, Myron, Fuentes, is because of the problem with incels, involuntary celibacy. Men can't get pussy anymore, so they're resorting
You're telling me Andrew Tate can't get pussy?
He couldn't get
Stop
pussy
the games.
before he could. He's not a good looking dude. He's
bro.
average. He could get some girls here and there, but there's levels to it. There's levels to making a woman fall in love.
Bro.
It's
Okay.
one thing getting some thoughts in the club to come back and give you pussy. It's another thing to have actual intimacy with the woman. Don't you believe that?
I've been married for over 20 years, bro. I've been married for 20 years. I got kids, bro. So I don't do that fucking degenerate shit. But to say a guy like Myron and a guy like Tate can't get anything,
Myron
that's nonsense.
Can get pussy in a club.
No
woman would notice Myron.
Okay, whatever you say.
We go in the club and he's standing next to me.
He's a multi-millionaire. He's a tall guy. I'm sure he can fucking pull.
And he's not a good-looking dude, and he's a dork. And he has no capacity to defend a woman. We've seen him box,
why would he defend a woman?
In any type of
For
way.
what reason?
In terms of her well-being. What type of man wants a zombie for a woman? All women, even though we know women have proclivities for multitasking because of, the corpus callosum is bigger in women, allows them to use the right and left side of the brain.
Men are
they
smarter,
can
though.
multitask in the house. Yes.
Men are smarter, though.
When you look at overlapping bell curve distributions, men and women are generally the same IQ, hovering, plus or minus one standard deviation of the mean of 100.
You think men and women have the same IQ level?
IQ.
Look it up.
Listen,
no, we got a fact check right here.
No. They're roughly the same at 100, but the difference is that men's distribution on the bell curve is much flatter, meaning men occupy both ends of the spectrum. We're the dumbest in society and the smartest. And the smartest men in society are the ones that are being oppressed through these DEI mechanisms.
He actually is right. So according to ChatGPT, men are similar to women.
I would question that just because of my life experience. Listen,
your life experience with exceptional men.
I'm going to tell you this. With the exception of women who are born on the 7th, 16th, 25th, I don't think much of women's intelligence. I think they're a bunch of morons, in all honesty, and they rely too much on emotion and not enough on logic. You've seen too many stories out there where women say, yo, my husband's a great guy. He's loyal. He does everything, but I'm just missing something. And then they divorce him, and then in 6 months, they're fucking mad they divorced his ass.
What they're missing is consumption power because of these inverted value structures. This is what I'm talking about, and the necessity for a cultural revolution where we're inverting the manipulated corporate value structure, conspicuous consumption, being able to keep up with the Kardashians, and get back to human rational values, loyalty, bond, intimacy.
So feminism is garbage, right? Feminism is no good.
Okay,
outstanding.
The modern woman is dog shit. We all know that. Women now
are
1/5 of the women used to be in demand 5 times more out of the men.
What is the problem with what Myron says, though? What the problem with Myron says? Because he eventually says what the hell you just said a second ago.
The problem is that men are leaders. You look at our evolutionary our history, our responsibilities throughout our evolutionary history. Men have always been the providers, the protectors.
Not now.
Well, there's been an inversion because
Why?
Because obviously these corporations want to be able to tax more workers. They want women in the workplace.
So it's feminism, right?
It's
feminism.
Feminism is one of the issues. It's all of these grievance groups that started to merge with the rise of Martin Luther King and the civil rights movement.
I get that. What happens?
Along with the student protesters of Vietnam. These groups started to merge in the 60s. And this is part of what's called the Long March Through the Institutions, which was designed.
When feminists have kids? What happens?
I would say they
have no fathers around.
They tend to go to...
They have no fathers
they
around.
Tend to resort back to objectivity towards
they
love.
Have no fathers around.
I mean,
what does that mean?
This is the biggest problem in our culture is single parenthood.
Okay, so you agree with that. So here's the problem. These men who are supposed to be leaders, they weren't raised by any men. They were raised by women. No woman can teach a boy how to become a man.
Exactly.
So when it comes, hold on, let me finish. Let me finish, sir. Let me finish. So we can't actually demand because these men who are raised by single mothers are beta males. How are you going to ask them to do stuff that an alpha male does when they're betas?
You're going to ask the leaders of society, the Myron Gaineses, the Fuentes.
I hope you guys are enjoying the show. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps the show a lot with the algorithm. Thank you.
This is the people with platforms to demonstrate more morality, to have more objectivity,
more morality,
in their ethics. Yes. You can't slander women and berate them and use these fucking petty tactics and expect them to follow your lead. Of course, as I identified,
I've never seen Myron slander a woman. He slanders whores. There's a big difference. Much big difference.
He promotes the idea that women should sit there, shut the fuck up, not speak unless spoken to.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Women shouldn't have intellectual endeavors and personal development.
Most shouldn't.
So you don't think that your woman, your wife, who you claim to love more than anything, should be involved in your sense making and decision making?
Some decision making she's involved in. Hold on. You asked me a question. You asked me a question. Let me answer it. When it comes to her personal decisions, what the kids eat, what the kids' health, where we buy, what couches we buy, stuff around the house. She makes all the decisions around the house. Me as a man, I make enough money so my woman doesn't work. And because my woman doesn't work, she doesn't answer to any other man besides me. So I make sure my woman is at home, and because she doesn't work, she doesn't have stress. When she doesn't have stress, she's not masculine. That's what it comes down to. I want my woman at home. And guess what? When I do business with someone who comes over and does business in my house, my wife says hi, brings food to the table, and leaves. Because men are doing business. Just like you're here, I'm here, and our women aren't.
No, my woman is right over there.
Yeah,
I want her involved in everything I do.
She's not on the mic, bro.
You're on the mic. I derive so much inspiration from her presence, the beauty, the intelligence, the morality,
Notice what he said first? Notice what he said first? He said beauty. No, she said that first.
That's why women
exactly. So they are objective for their beauty, not their intelligence.
There's nothing more objectively beautiful in this world than the form of a woman.
Give it to me, bro.
Of course.
We'll agree on that.
Yes, but that's a limited perspective. Of course,
no, it's
women,
not.
Beauty isn't just skin deep.
That's what you just said.
External.
The first thing you said was beauty, though. It wasn't intelligence. It was beauty.
As Kanye says, there's nothing like a big-breasted, beautiful woman. The form of a woman is objectively true, but that doesn't mean that we shouldn't have compassion for women given their the male proclivity for dominance. All in the market, the free market, the masculine traits get selected for in the open market. Men are more analytical, we're more left-brain thinking. Logical. We're more linear thinking. The lateralization of our brain allows us to lock in and be isolated and develop ourselves to the extent that we're producing, that we're bringing forth products that create genuine interest in the market. This is the problem. We need a government that's big enough to bind the predatory aspects of the market, these corporate and pharmaceutical companies that are bigger than the government and hijacking our minds.
You do understand that fascism is the government and the fucking corporations together.
And
so that's what you want.
We need the best of us as Americans with our American first interests at hand, controlling these corporate and pharmaceutical
what's America
companies.
First to you? Nick Fuentes, what's America first to you?
America first to me is right now understanding the geopolitical spectrum, the effects of rapid urbanization after the Industrial Revolution with inevitable demographic population collapse arising in every country but America, essentially. You take a look at China. A widely distributed agrarian culture where farmers were evenly distributed across the land. Now, in the early 1900s, when the Industrial Revolution took place and all the farmers were incentivized to move into the city and work in the factories, when you're on the farm, it's profitable to have 12 to 14 kids. You put them to work, you feed them, it's profitable. When you move into the city to work in the factories, it becomes a burden. So fertility rates started to plummet. America's maintained its replacement level, 2.1
through immigration,
and that's essential for American well-being is immigration. We need the best and brightest in America. We need them to assimilate to American culture.
I agree,
objectively.
Okay, no issues.
Which is what Protestant Christianity, which is rugged individualism. Which is pulling yourself up by the bootstraps, which is educating yourself, being on time. All these characteristics that during the 2020 color revolution, the BLM riots and shit, the Smithsonian Museum for African American History put out a pamphlet describing whiteness. You remember the term whiteness? Oh, that's whiteness, all this shit. These are all the characteristics that were labeled as whiteness. Being on time, the nuclear family unit. We know BLM's.
The Tri-Light from TheraSage is no joke. Medical grade red and near infrared light with 3 frequencies per light. Deep healing, real results, and totally portable. It's legit. Photo biomodulation tech in a flexible on-body panel. This is the Tri-Light from TheraSage, and it's next level red light therapy. It's got 118 high-powered polychromatic lights, each delivering 3 healing frequencies, red and near infrared, from 580 to 980 nanometers. TheraSage has been leading the game for over 25 years, and this panel is FDA listed and USB powered.
Interest.
Shout out to 607 being on time.
was you know, BLM's leaders, Patrice Cullors, Alicia Garza, they were all puppets of the CCP.
The homosexual lesbians who started Black Lives Matter, right?
This is intersectional feminism, the belief that being black, being a woman, being transgender, being gay are all intersecting streets of oppression that would allocate equitable treatment to them.
Do you know why?
Do
you know why they did that? That's why they started calling them.
This is what stagnates American exceptionalism. This is the long march through the institutions.
This is why they called it. They started calling them colored people, not African Americans, to basically bond them with the LGBT. It was a tactic. It was psychology.
And not only, like I said, this all began in the 60s with the rise of Martin Luther King, which was righteous to some extent, even
he was
though
a communist.
His behavior, and he's a communist. And he was being blackmailed. This is the Epstein effect.
Maybe he was being blackmailed because he's a homosexual.
He was a
yes, he
sexual
was. His
deviant.
best friend Clyde was a homosexual.
More objectively, he was a sexual deviant. He was in the room while women.
All homosexuals are sexual deviants, sir.
But in the blackmail leverage they had on him was him being in the room while women were being, and he was laughing, and it was recorded. So then obviously the communist agenda was pushed onto him. Now in those times, racism was much more prevalent to today. You know, even though it was at the end of what was called the golden era in Black America, where the illiteracy rate went from like 2% to 50%.
That's when they had moms and dads, not baby mamas.
And the single parenthood rate in Black America was about 25%. Where now it's 75%.
Damn.
This is the effects of the modern welfare system, poverty, Lyndon B. Johnson being ushered in after the assassination of JFK. This is all part of the long march through the institutions, the Frankfurt School ideology to stagnate American exceptionalism. This is the stealth warfare tactics of our enemies. China, Russia, these type of countries don't want to see American exceptionalism. I'm not too sure
if Russia is our enemy, but
I wouldn't say they are either. They assimilate to American culture and dominance.
I say Russia is probably one of the closest countries to America in the world.
I would agree.
And Russia and China, as I said before in this podcast, Sean, they're going to have a war in the future, just like they had one in the 60s. It's going to happen.
No, it's not.
Oh, yes, it is.
China's done for. China's done for.
She's done for, that's for sure.
In the next 10 to 20 years, they're going to have an inevitable 50% collapse in population and standard of living because of these effects from rapid urbanization, as I said. They would have already moved on Taiwan if they were strong enough. They don't know how to even operate the semiconductor technology. Shout out to President Biden, even though he was...
Whoa!
Exactly!
Whoa!
And that's why I say it, because it's...
Shout out President Biden?
For simply passing the
For what?
For simply
stealing money in Afghanistan? Stealing money in Ukraine? Running a money laundering operation? What are we saying? For pardoning his fucking son was smoking crack cocaine with fucking horse? What do we think Joe Biden about?
For simply passing the Chips and Science Act, where we're investing $500 billion in local manufacturing of semiconductors. Yeah, so we're no longer dependent on China.
The bill that the Republicans forced on him?
And it was the best thing he did. And it enabled
the bill
us.
The Republicans
See, this is the problem. And this is even evidenced in the restructuring of our naval fleet. We used to provide destroyer ships to provide security for the cargo ships. See, after World War II, to prevent nuclear exchange, we had to create what's called the Bretton Woods system, which is globalization.
Well aware.
Globalization.
That made the dollar
the interconnected supply chain. You know, and it was working until
1971.
When Nixon decoupled gold from the dollar.
And now
from the
we have the
standard.
petrodollar.
And the only reason he had to do that was because of the effects of stagnation. This is the effects of the sexual revolution and all these issues of the long march through the institution. This is how they collapsed American dominance.
The petrodollar has kept America on top since 1971. And if I may say, it's a much better system for America than Bretton Woods was. I got to say that.
And much better than Bitcoin. See, the dollar has been interruptibly diluted since that point. And I believe anyone that's on cryptocurrency is a domestic terrorist to some extent. We need the dollar strong.
You can make that argument. We
need the dollar strong.
I don't disagree with you.
Quarterbacking global affairs. Now back to the point of the Bretton Woods Agreement and how it allowed for peace since World War II. You know, in 1953, it's called the twin nuclei problem. We simultaneously discovered by splitting the neutron of an atom that we could create hydrogen bombs. And also the 3D double helix structure of DNA opened up bioweapon capacity. You saw what happened with COVID-19. It doesn't take much for a billionaire to fund research.
Shout out Bill Gates.
No, not shout out.
Yeah, shout out Bill Gates.
I don't fuck with Bill Gates.
That's the whole point. I just said shout out Bill Gates because he's the one who's doing it.
But let's not conflate the viewers and think that we're shouting him out because he has financial success.
They know exactly what I'm shouting him out for.
And I understand that, and your followers may understand, but we got to impact the masses. Like I said, we need to impact about 10% of the population to get them to adopt this ideology and create cascading effects.
10% of the population.
This is what's called the minority rule, where a small group
of
dissenting individuals
that worked in the past. Because that ain't gonna work today, bro.
Because minority groups, not just skin color, minority opinion.
You're jumping all over the place, bro. You're jumping all over the place.
I'm explaining and diagnosing the issues so we can
the 3% of the people who rose up against Great Britain and started the revolution and succeeded, that's not going to work in 2025. Even with 10, even with 20, even with 30%. You know why? This ain't French Revolution style anymore. They got drones, bro.
You got to understand
drones. They will bomb the shit out of you.
You understand the proximity we are to the AI singularity, right?
AI is the devil.
It's not.
Yes,
it's going to bring forth the socialist utopia. Post-scarcity.
I've talked about that many times.
All right, now listen. You understand that 2027 to 2029, we're going to reach the point of AGI where artificial intelligence exceeds human intelligence, starts to recursively, iteratively refine its own capacity to create technology. We're going to have cascading effects, exponential development rapidly in our technologies. Unimaginable technologies will emerge within days of this point.
And how many people are going to be out of jobs? How many people are going to be out of jobs?
And this is the beautiful
all the
thing.
People out of jobs go on their basic income, and then you have socialism.
And this is the beauty of it. Now, when we have AGI, ubiquitous surveillance, ever-present surveillance, and a system that doesn't prosecute you necessarily, but looks to incentivize you towards objectively beautiful acts like holding the door open for someone, being respectful, working out, not being a burden to our healthcare system. Cardiovascular related illness, smoking cigarettes, and obesity alone, if eradicated, would allow for free healthcare for the global citizenry. These type of problems could be eradicated with ubiquitous surveillance. All the virtue signaling about pedophilia and child pornography would be eradicated.
Eradicated.
If we had global ubiquitous
you better talk to your boy Biden about that.
I mean, I don't need to get into the degeneracy. We're within an arm's reach of the AI singularity. Ray Kurzweil, the top futurist, has predicted all the technological advancement rate on par with Moore's law. The fact that we can double computational ability by reducing the size of transistors by 50% every 2 years, also correlating with a 50% reduction in the cost of technology every 2 years. We're about to hit the point where that exponentiates, compounds in an incomprehensible manner where we don't even have the capacity to imagine what type of technologies are going to emerge.
Maybe you don't.
Now listen, this ties into the fundamental nature of reality. We are in a virtual reality by definition.
And numerology and astrology prove it.
No, it doesn't. It
actually proves it's numerology.
It actually opposes the fundamental laws of reality.
Absolute garbage.
Let's get into it. Listen, hence the term from John Wheeler, the same guy that coined the term black hole, the term it from bit. It, the universe, emerged from bits of information. The universe isn't continuous, smooth, coherent. It's individual packets of information, bits of information. Zeros and ones are the only legitimate numbers. Zeros and ones. One being
binary code.
Binary.
Okay.
And the top NASA physicist, James Gates, says that what befuddles him more than anything else in his findings is that when he's looking at equations, these adinkras that represent space-time continuums, what he finds at the root of every phenomenon in the universe is self-correcting linear binary code, Hamming code. The Hamming code isn't considered sacred. They're digging to the fundamental, we can get down to the equivalent of the pixel. Reality is literally pixelated. It's called the Planck length, beyond which space and time cease to exist.
You don't believe in vibrations and energies?
The point being is,
yes or no?
All these physicists and mathematicians have dug down to the deepest fundamental layers of reality, the equivalent of the pixel, and they don't consider this sacred. They don't consider these
Do you
findings
believe
to be
in
mystical.
energy? Yes or no? Do you believe in vibration?
Energy in physics is simply information.
Do you believe in vibrational energy and energy attracts? Yes or no?
In an esoteric sense.
Okay.
In a hermetic sense, in terms of...
Let's talk about what we talked about. Just talk about what we talked about before and cover it with the layer of numerology and astrology. You brought up Bretton Woods.
Mm-hmm.
When was Bretton Woods signed? 1944. 1944. 1944 is the year of the monkey in Chinese astrology. America was founded in 1776, the year of the monkey. Comes once every 12 years. So then we talked about the petrodollar. What other country is key in the petrodollar system? Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia was also founded in a monkey year.
What about Venezuela?
Hold on. We don't have a relationship with Venezuela. We have a relationship with Saudi Arabia.
Oil production.
Stop. I'm not even talking about oil production. I'm talking about the petrodollar. And Saudi Arabia is the reason America's still in power. Without the Saudis flushing those American petrodollars all the time, this shit be cooked. It'll be absolutely cooked. So what you have there is the Bretton Woods deal that kept America on top, starting the monkey year. Saudi Arabia, who we signed.
Well, the intention was global peace.
So what I'm basically trying to tell you,
was successful
what I'm showing you is energy attracts energy, and the people in positions of power use this. Vladimir Putin.
Energy doesn't attract energy. Objectivity.
Hold on.
Things converge
I am
towards
showing you
objectivity.
how this works.
Absolute truth.
So let's go to it. Let's talk about the world leaders. President Xi, a snake born 1953, becomes the president of China.
And what's
in
his year looking like?
2013, the year of the snake.
What's his snake year looking like?
Let me finish.
It's looking pretty bad for Xi Jinping.
Let me finish. I'm not done.
Do you think his prospects are going to improve over the next 6 months?
No,
or
I don't.
Is he having a historically bad year?
I think he had a stroke last year and he fucking got pushed out of power. And the reason it's happening...
The same can be said for you. You're in a snake year.
I'm doing great.
I don't think you're objectively on the rise. I think your prominence was bigger a year ago, 2 years ago.
Well, I mean, I did get an Achilles injury, so that happened. It is what it is. But the fact is,
Gary.
I got 9 billion views. What do you got, pimp?
Shit, I got 9 billion streams on Spotify from my production catalog.
Is it
literally?
You? Is it you?
I'm getting paid.
You?
I'm
getting paid too, brother. I'm getting paid too.
Much more money off the music than you are off of numerology.
Are you even a millionaire?
Yes, of course.
Okay, congratulations, man.
I produce some of the biggest songs of all time, literally. I have over 6 billion streams on Spotify alone, over 9 billion streams across major streaming
music.
platforms.
That is not people listening to your ideas, listening to what you think about life.
It's
they
a
listen
stepping
to
stone
me
for me
because
to emerge.
of my mouthpiece.
And I'm here now.
That's
and I'm speaking with you, and I'm on another level, and I'm more impactful.
I don't think so.
I am objectively
I don't think so.
Speaking on personal development. I'm much more impactful than you. If we're left alone
wait.
in a room with people, I'm going to turn people up.
I'm
to
the
a
Michael Jordan of my field.
Numerology.
There's many boxers. There's many philosophers.
No,
there's many people who make music.
Level.
I am the top of the game in my field. I am the Jordan in my field. So here's the thing. You might be better at other things than me. You might be a better boxer. You might be better at other things. But when it comes to this,
I'm better at public speaking.
Top.
I'm better at personal development. I'm more developed than you. I'm smarter than you.
I got smarter than me?
I'm smarter than you. Objectively. Objectively. I'm much smarter than you. I'm much more creative. I'm much more disciplined.
Why?
I'm objectively a better person than you.
Do you have babies?
Yes, I have a daughter.
With the same woman?
With one woman.
With one woman?
Yes.
Okay, so that's the first place I go when people start talking like this. I want to see if they actually have baby mamas. Are you married?
I'm not married.
So you have a woman baby out of wedlock.
Unfortunately.
So you have a baby mama. And you're smarter than me, huh?
Yes, that doesn't prove intelligence.
I'll tell you
That's one characteristic.
I've been married for 20 years. Once you get to that milestone, when you're married for 20 years, then you can talk to me, bro. I don't even know if you're going to be married in 10 years.
Just marriage is semantic.
It's not semantic.
It's about intimacy.
Did you make the right
what
decision?
What type of intimacy
did you make
with your woman if you're not even allowing her to develop intellectual
I married a
endeavors?
virgin. That's what I did. I married a virgin. I didn't marry an American fucking whore who has a whole big body count. I married a Muslim virgin from Russia. Yeah, bro. I live that life. I don't just talk about it.
And that's fine to valorize those type of characteristics. I
don't share my woman with anybody, bro.
I'm more interested in the inspiration. Neither do I. I'm the type of dude that if a woman meets me, she's head over heels instantly.
I've inspired millions of people to get into numerology and astrology. I'm known worldwide in Nigeria.
I'm inspiring hundreds of thousands of young men to get in shape.
Bro.
You're not in shape.
Hold on, you're right. Yo, guess what? You're a dime a dozen. Andrew Tate does that.
No,
Myron Gaines does that.
No, he doesn't. They're
they
not in
all
shape.
do that.
They're not
I can go on
objectively in
Instagram.
shape. They
You're a
look like
dime a
shit.
dozen,
No, I look
bro.
better than them objectively.
And that's all you
It's the
care about
truth.
is looks.
No, I'm smarter
And this is why
than
I talk.
them.
No, you're not.
Yes,
no,
I
you're not.
am. Yes,
no,
I
you're not.
am.
Because if you were,
If we had a discussion, I'll slaughter them.
If you were smarter than them, you'd be higher up the food chain than them. You're not.
And guess what? Tate got on quickly. Gaines emerged quickly. These dudes are on a decline. I'm on a
Decline?
upswing. Yes. Myron has
They
no
get
prominence.
millions
No
and
one fucks with
billions of views.
Myron, who cares about views? It's about
Bro,
objectively.
how are you going to reach
impacting
people without views? Exactly.
It takes time.
Oh,
It takes.
so how come you haven't done it yet, bro?
I'm here right now speaking to you, and my time
this
is coming.
This is probably the most clout you're going to get. I get it.
No, this is baby steps. I'm
Baby
ascending.
steps.
I'm ascending. I'm the best in the world
Listen,
speaking on personal development, Gary.
This is a 9 life path. And a 9 life path, as I explained many times in this show, they're all about looks. When he talked about women, he talked about beauty. He said, "Oh, I look better than Myron Gaines. I look better." It's all about looks.
In
to 9
relation
life
to
paths.
fitness,
That's
I
all
said
it
I'm
is.
smarter. I'm a better person. I have more compassion.
How can you say you're a better person?
I have perhaps the most empathy of any individual I know.
And that makes you a better
rigorous
person?
empathy.
And that makes you a better
This is the
person?
main correlation with high-level thinkers. They're rigorously empathetic. They meet someone and they seek their perspective and they analyze.
So you
their
seek
perspective.
validation through others.
No,
Congratulations.
I'm seeking your perspectives. I'm analyzing your perspectives and I'm synthesizing them with my own, so I have a higher order understanding of the world. And I'm not closed off. I'm not a closed circuit feedback loop that's amplifying and interfering with the signal in a negative way. This is negative synergy, a lack of diversity.
Negative synergy.
A lack of diversity, a lack of shared meaning, and breaking
you
down
think you're
previous
smarter than
existing
everyone.
structures.
You think you're better looking than everyone, and
I
you
think
don't want to be
objectively,
challenged.
I'm more sacrificial. I'm wholeheartedly sacrificial to
How
my
many people have you
development.
put on?
I put on a lot of people. Thousands.
Are people actually making money because of you, or are they just in better shape?
There's so
Because
many-
you know there's a lot of brokies in the gym, bro.
In terms of
A lot
music,
of brokies.
in terms of music, when I produced EXO Tour Life by Lil Uzi, the 8th biggest song of all time.
I see.
A lot of young producers reached out to me for collaboration. Came across
So
me. I believe in
rappers who are
believe in
talking
your-
about killing people
No,
and fucking whores,
not rappers,
and you
producers.
put them on, and you think that's a good
I
thing.
was canceled in 2020
I've
by
been
the
canceled
music
too,
industry.
so what?
Listen, for speaking out against these.
You ever
things.
been debanked, bro? I have.
Not debanked,
You ever been
but-
suspended 24 times?
I was.
What were you doing during
I
the
was
vaccine, bro?
In 2020, when everyone was too pussy to speak out against BLM, putting black squares in their Instagram.
I protested against BLM. Did you go to Washington, D.C. and counter-protest BLM like I did? Did you go to the Chinese embassy
You're a
and
boots
fucking
on
shit
the
on the
ground
flag?
type.
Yeah,
I'm an intellectual leader. I'm a thought leader.
I can't see the
I'm a
intellectualism,
general.
bro.
What do you mean?
General.
Let's speak about the nature of
I don't
reality.
see leadership here. What kind of general are you?
Listen, you speak of life as if it's deterministic. I can explain the Schrodinger equation to you, which explains that reality is indeed probabilistic. And the main factor in our outcomes isn't the day you were born. It's your willpower. It's your consciousness. It's your ability to make sense of the world.
Experience matters.
Make decisions.
Experience matters. You're right. 100%.
No,
Experience
the quality of
and
our
your
choices is what
environment
distinguishes
matters.
us.
But guess what? You can tell things about people born on certain days. I've said this before. I'll say it again. If someone can disprove me, please do. Bill Gates born on the 28th. 28 is the number of wealth. Elon Musk born on the 28th. Carlos Salim born on the 28th. You know what? Vanguard. Do you even know what Vanguard is? Vanguard.
in terms of
there you go.
In terms
Do you know
of,
when Vanguard was
Stalin,
founded?
The Vanguard class.
Do you know when it was founded?
Vanguardism, like the elite.
When
that came up
was
from the working
Vanguard
class and-
founded? It was founded 5/1/1975. Let's do the math
You're
together,
speaking of
pimp.
Leninism?
5/1/1975 adds up to
Vanguard
28.
and BlackRock? Are you talking about
BlackRock,
Yeah.
the ones who own shit. There are 28.
I thought you
they
were
started
speaking about Leninism.
See, that's what
the
you get
Vanguard
for
class.
fucking assuming things.
No,
I'm
I
talking
knew.
about numbers.
Okay,
I'm talking about numbers.
Vanguard
I said
is the Chinese equivalent to BlackRock.
And they are founded on the 28th day. The most
And
valuable,
look what's happening. They're going out of business,
the most
Gary.
valuable football franchise
crashing
in the
out.
world are the Dallas Cowboys, founded on the 28th. Don't tell me this shit don't matter because
Listen.
I can show you mathematically it does.
Okay, what mathematician of any quality, any physicist is actually an advocate for numerology? Not one. Not one.
That's like saying
If it was
that's like saying
empirically
there's
validated that being born on the 28th would ensure wealth, Parents would intentionally have their kids on the 28th.
Yeah, like you mean me? Like I had a kid intentionally on the 28th.
Radical. You've been radicalized.
And guess what?
You have confirmation bias issues.
Since I've done that, I became a multi-millionaire many times. You know who else had a kid on the 28th? Vladimir Putin, who's a fucking trillionaire. So go ahead, tell me whatever you fucking want, but the facts say different.
This is you once again cherry picking unique instances.
I'm taking the richest people in the world, not Johnny down the block, and I'm showing you there's a correlation there.
You want to bet money that there's not a statistical correlation of the wealthiest people in the world being born on a certain day.
I already have it.
Fact check it.
I already have it.
What do you want me to look up?
Put up.
Fact check whether being born on the 28th is a statistical correlation to having wealth in your life.
Put up how many people born on the 28th are billionaires.
Scientific evidence.
No, even better. Put up the top billionaires list, and you'll see a whole bunch of people born on the 28th.
Of the top 33, there's 4, and there is some coincidence.
Oh, some coincidence.
And you can cherry pick.
Okay, I'll tell you what.
This is called the Texas sharpshooter fallacy.
I'm not talking to Shark
You
Tank.
can spray bullets off the wall and then paint
go talk to
a
Shark
target
Tank
around it.
about that fucking garbage, okay? Talk to me about fucking sense.
This
so
is what
I'm going to tell you.
Confirmation bias, cognitive biases.
Then you tell me
that you use to prey on the incels that you target.
Let's start, and he can tell me.
The weak motherfuckers that need coke.
Oh my God, he just wants to argue. You don't actually want to have an intellectual conversation.
Let's hear it.
So let's start. When does this start becoming a coincidence? 9/11 happened on the 11th. The first plane that hit the World Trade Center was Flight 11. Stop!
153.
Hold on. I'm not done.
There's no correlation with 11.
I'm not done. New York City, 11 letters. Afghanistan, 11 letters.
We've heard it a million
Pentagon,
times.
11 letters.
You
can't deny it. You can't deny it.
It's redundant. You've said it so many times.
And you can't disprove it.
Yes, I can.
How?
The second plane that hit was 153. What about the plane that hit the Pentagon?
What about the fact the American fucking police code for emergency is 9/11? You don't think that? You think that's a coincidence that they hit us on 9/11 and we had that police code for 33 years before that?
It's a strange coincidence.
Coincidence. This is what you get out of people who don't have a small mind. No. It's always a coincidence.
Do you think that I have a small mind?
I don't think you're that intelligent. I don't think you're that intelligent.
What does this? How does this relate to development?
I think you learn how to speak a whole bunch of big words, and you want to sound intelligent, but you're actually not.
I'm applying the knowledge that I've gained from aggregating facts. I'm applying it in a wise way. I'm a wise person.
You keep saying that. Who else says it, though?
No, it's subjectively true. Anyone that speaks with me, if you can't tell
I'm a wise person
by the way I live my life,
I don't think you're stupid, but I don't think you're smart.
Listen, because I don't confirm your bias. You prey on weak motherfuckers that can't get pussy. Yes.
I pray.
You prey on weak women and weak incels that
I don't
need
even
comfort
deal
and
with
coke.
women. I don't even deal with women, bro.
They need coke.
I don't let women in my group.
When you think about the concept of freedom, you know, what most people call freedom, they only want in theory because it demands responsibility and not comfort.
I don't like Nick Fuentes. I think he has the right to say whatever the fuck he wants. So don't tell me that.
Quick fix alleviation for all these symptoms of uncertainty. You understand what entropy is, right?
Go ahead.
Entropy is the increase of the information to describe a state. It's an increase in randomness. The second law of thermodynamics is the reason why we perceive the passage of time. It explains how things naturally decay over time. If you have a relationship and you're exerting energy into it, the minute you take your foot off the gas, things break down. You could hit the gym.
You a sports gambler?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's start proving things with statistics because this ain't going to take us anywhere. You believe in stats, right?
We're getting to something that's useful for the people to grow.
You believe
I'm here to impact the masses.
You're not impacting anyone, bro.
And prevent
you're not
the internally parasitic culture that's going to prevent this golden era.
Enough. Let's look up players who are born in certain years and see how they're doing.
Let's do it.
Let's do that. So, are you into baseball?
No.
You don't? Okay. So
I'm familiar with all sports. I played college football.
I just asked you about baseball. You said no.
I'm not into it. I'm not a fanatic.
You just said all sports. Baseball's a sport.
To some extent. I'm not a fanatic.
You gotta watch what you say. You gotta watch your words.
I think men that watch sports are fucking goofy.
I don't
men
watch
that play video games. Men that watch. It's all degeneracy.
I'll tell you what.
You have better things to do with your time.
If you're making money playing video games,
it's all about reducing hidden information.
So be it. If you're making money gambling sports, so be it. No one's watching shit for free. And yes, is the fucking devil. It should be illegal.
We have a country of inauthentic goofballs distracted by new distractions like the Epstein shit and fucking Israel from the actual distractions, which is the cultural fucking decay, the stagnation, the stagflation. the impacts of the long march through the institution. We're talking single parenthood issues.
Yeah, I
BLM
mentioned
dissolving. We're talking feminism.
Okay,
we're talking obesity. We're talking
Okay.
anxiety, depression, all these things that benefit who? The corporate digital overlords. That's the problem.
And what are you going to do? Overthrow them?
What we're going to do is bring forth better culture.
What's this we?
We're going to, as American citizens.
I'm an American. I'm not with that.
Listen, we're approaching the AI singularity and we have issues abroad, but our real enemies, our real problem isn't enemies abroad. It's our incapacity to communicate as Americans. There's way too much polarization. We're not having the ability to make sense of the world through dialogue, because everyone's so polarized. Everyone's partaking in these same dynamics that you propose. Oh, me and you're a 33, I'm a 9, so we're enemies. We shouldn't communicate. We shouldn't be around each other. That's goofy shit.
Who told you 9 and 33?
These are the same dynamics.
Who
that
told
drive
you 9
racism.
and 33 are enemies? I didn't.
Or the snake and the pig.
You're a pig? Okay, so we're enemy signs.
Snake.
Outstanding.
And we could have the most incredible. See, this is God blessing you in your snake year for you to be in proximity to me.
You see the ego here? The ego of the dying saying, I'm blessed because I met you.
It's entertainment.
Listen, bro. Donald Trump knows my name. Vladimir Putin knows my name. Barack Obama knows who I am. Do they know who you are?
Anyone you know knows my name. Say my name to anyone that you know intimately.
I didn't know who you were, bro. I had to ask Sean like 5 times who you were. I have no idea who you are.
Exactly. I'm on my come up.
You seem like a guy who works out all the time, and I get that. That's it.
I do a lot of research. Okay. I make money. I take care of my loved ones, and I enjoy spending time with my woman. That's incredible.
Good. That's outstanding.
She's
Love
talented. She's an outlier.
Of course. You cheat?
Never. I believe any man that cheats should be put to death, to be honest.
I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't go that far.
I love the idea of making it a crime to commit adultery.
I believe in that.
Let's talk about the concept of infidelity.
I'm with them.
The infidels, the people that aren't connected to objectivity, the people that aren't formulating intention rooted in love. See, that's the objective purpose of the simulation. This is an entropy reduction
why
trainer.
aren't you married yet then?
We're probably going to get married. We've only been
you
together.
You already have a kid, right?
With another woman.
Ah, okay.
And you can sit and play semantics on this.
So stop.
I'm transparent.
Stop. This is absolutely perfect, man.
It is.
Because I like to talk about numerology and astrology, and I like to fit examples in. Do you know who Wes Watson is?
Mm-hmm.
Wes Watson.
He's a goofy bastard.
Yeah. He's bored.
He was lit in prison when he was humble.
Let me finish.
And he got caught up in the conspicuous consumption culture.
He has way more clout than you.
Sauce. So
yeah,
what?
Exactly.
He's a goofy.
Hold on.
I'll beat his ass up in real life.
That might be
I'll
true.
Humiliate him. I'll press him if I see him in real life.
So why don't you go press him in real life and see what happens, okay?
I'll beat his ass up. He won't say a motherfucking word.
And by the way, now you're chipping out because now you're acting like a black guy.
No, it's a fact. No, and you say that, and it is what it is. At the end of the day, if we can't be on the same page and have dialogue to bring forth objectivity, sometimes you got to resort to violence.
100%. 100%.
God created violence too.
So you believe might makes right?
In certain instances.
Okay, so guess what? You look like you can whoop everyone's ass in here, but guess what?
It's not about looks. It's about skill.
Stop. I can call some
UFC
fighters right now, and they break your kneecaps.
Only the top.
It is what it is, and I know them, don't I? Okay, so again, there's always going to be a badder guy, bro.
There's a hierarchy. This is objectivity.
Now, let me talk about what I know now. Before you interrupted me,
go ahead.
Let me go into this. You're born in the year of the pig.
Mm-hmm.
You have a baby mama.
Mm-hmm.
Wes Watson, born in the year of the pig,
does not have a baby mama.
Oh, yes, he does.
No, he doesn't have any kids.
Does.
His kids are not. Those are not his kids. Angie's.
He's taking care of other people's kids.
Those aren't his kids.
Like people who are born in pig years do. They take care of other people's kids and they have kids out of wedlock. My good friend Andrew Wilson, Mr. Red Pill himself. If I agree about one thing, bro, that guy has no business talking about any red pill because his wife has 5 kids with 3 different men. He's the year of the pig, and this is what they do.
Who the fuck would ever listen to a red pill goofy? These are the incels, the Rollo Tomasis, the Sartains. These dudes are goofies.
You sound just like Sartain.
No, these dudes are goofies. I'm on another level from Sartain.
Yo, you need to put a bottle with Sartain because it would be like a beer.
And if me and Sartain went, if he brought me to the club with them and his 50 hookers that he has around, he wouldn't get a single fucking drop of attention because he's a trick. He's bringing things to these women. They're not interested in his intellect. I'm sure a handful of them are.
And you think women are interested in your,
yes.
your intellect?
Yes, because I'm speaking about objectivity.
That's why you go to the gym all day, because they're interested in your intellect, right?
I go to the gym because this is a form of wholehearted sacrifice and devotion.
It just means you're disciplined in one area of your life.
I've heard you speak
you're
about
disciplined in one area of your life. You're not disciplined when it comes to women because you have a woman out of wedlock.
And I did.
So you're not disciplined in that area. I'm not disciplined when it comes to the gym. I don't look like you.
No, you look all right.
I can admit I am not disciplined when it comes to working out. You're not disciplined with women because you have a woman out of wedlock.
Listen, I've never cheated in my life. My woman is head over heels in love with me, wants to be married, and I want to marry her at some point when the time is right.
I hope I get an invitation to the wedding.
And I'd love to. And she's a fan of yours as well. She loves listening to you.
Shout out to her.
You know you have a positive effect on women because women seek comfort in many instances.
And I tell them not to be whores too.
You know, and I agree. And
you don't want women to be whores, do you?
Of course not.
Okay, so we're on the same page.
Let's talk about that because it got brought up. I think with these power law distributions that are becoming more and more significant in society. Are you familiar with what a power law distribution is? The self-similar scale invariant nature of this fractal universe. Certain things are true across any scale. There's no change. You notice that it's called the Pareto principle. 20% of men are having 80% of the women at their disposal. Small minority of men having a vast overwhelming disproportionate amount of that. New. But you could zoom in on 20% of those 20% of the men, zoom in on that 20% of the men. 20% of those men are going to get 80% of those women. You could keep zooming in, just like in wealth, how 10%, the top 10 men have an overwhelming distribution of the money.
So what are you going to tell the bottom 80% then, of men who can't get a woman?
What are you going to tell them is to become more wholeheartedly sacrificial. And you speak about praying. You become a pray. I think praying is the most pure form of focus. That's meditation. Of devotion.
That's meditation.
It's semantics at this
no,
point.
It's not. Because when you pray, you're openly giving away your energy to something else.
I'm not speaking about praying and asking for something.
That's what it is.
Listen, and this is the problem of modern Christianity. It's inverted the actual fundamental beliefs. Instead of active worship, where a man is making his love for his woman, for his country, for his family, his society, for humanity at large, he's making that love visible through hard labor. Men need to do hard things, take on as much responsibility as possible. And what we're seeing now is what? We're seeing the opposite. We're seeing I got a little sidetracked in this. I got about 30 tabs open right now with you, but where were we at?
You know what? I'll respect it because usually when I do stuff like that, like you, and I just lose my train of thought, I start bullshitting about something else. So
I mean, I want to keep it tight.
I got you. I'll start changing subjects next time because you don't want dead air. They use that shit against you.
I don't mind it. We're humans. We're not perfect. God doesn't expect perfection. All he asks is increased precision with increased expectations. Now I'm back. We're talking about
to God?
We're talking.
You talk to God. Okay.
I don't believe in the literal interpretation of the Bible, but I believe Christianity is an incredible source of imagination and an overarching narrative.
You believe?
Listen,
you believe
religion,
a virgin?
Religion,
you believe a virgin gave birth to Jesus Christ?
It's a metaphor.
Do you believe it? Yes or no?
No.
Okay.
No.
Thank you.
But it's a beautiful metaphor.
No, it's not. It's a lie.
For bringing forth creation.
It's a lie.
Pure creation.
It's a lie.
Unadulterated.
It's a lie. And you want to build your religion on a lie.
No, I don't believe in the literal interpretation.
Then why not tell the truth?
Listen, we evolved as a species in small tribal settings where we were always having correlated emotional states with our peers. If I noticed you were hurt and having a bad day, I have a positive correlation with that. You're down, I'm down. I'm feeling compassion for you. If you're happy that you just hit a big ticket, I'm happy for you. Our modern culture's inverted that axis where now you see jealousy. People are up. People are pissed off, feel like shit when they see people winning.
More so women than men.
You see people are sadistic. They derive pleasure when they see people down, hurting, getting canceled. No, men have been feminized and risk averse.
I said more so. I didn't say exactly. I said more so. I'll give you an example.
I would say in modern times,
I will give you an example.
Is so bitch made that they're even worse than women because of their aspirations.
Because they were raised by single mothers. Okay, let me just say this. I've seen situations where mothers are jealous of their daughters because they look better than them. I've never seen a situation where a father is jealous of his son because he's more successful. We are not the same. Stop pretending.
Well, I'm not saying we are. I'm saying there's enormous differences between men and women, and men are superior.
Thank you.
In terms of,
thank you.
Now, if you want to view it from an objective lens, I would say women are superior. The world ain't
In
shit
what way?
without beauty.
World
the
ain't
most
shit.
beautiful thing in this world.
And again, the nine-life path. Life path again is bring up beauty, and that's the
Gary,
number one thing he cares about.
What the fuck is this world without beautiful women? If we go out tonight to dinner and we go to the most beautiful venue and there's no beautiful women around, it's nothing compared to going to a shithole with beautiful women.
You're right. I want to be around beautiful women. He wants to be around beautiful women. It's all good. But guess what? I'm looking at your beautiful woman over there.
Mm-hmm.
She ain't going to look like that in 30 years.
Yes, she will.
She's not going to look like that in 40 years.
Why do you have such a victim mentality?
It's not a victim mentality. Women do not look better when they get older.
Why are you speaking that into existence? This is a self-fulfilling prophecy. Do you understand the modern...
what I'm saying is, if everything is about beauty to you, when it's not going to be there,
beauty
are you out?
Objective.
Are you out?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm not. Because she has a beautiful mind. She has talent. She has an incredible talent. She's a resident at the Bellagio, singing professionally 5 times a week. She's incredible. I go in there at the Mayfair Supper Club and I'm blown away. I'm inspired to be more sacrificial, more disciplined, to elevate myself.
Are you going to look the same way you look in 30 years?
Yes, I'm going to live to be 130. Do you understand the process of aging?
That's a lie,
Gary?
bro.
Listen, we're
Stop
barely...
Stop lying to yourself.
Stop lying to the people because
I'm not
we're barely understanding.
You are not going to look like that in 30 years.
Listen,
that's a lie.
I bet you money I look better. I look better.
Yeah, Arnold Schwarzenegger couldn't look better, but you will.
Listen. Okay. We are barely getting to the point where we understand the process of aging.
I think you're delusional.
Do you understand the 2 primary factors in aging? Number 1, the shortening of our telomeres. Number 2, a process called chemical methylation, where the cytosine molecule in our base DNA
Look in that camera right there. Look in that camera right there and tell him, in 30 years, I'm going to look better. I'm going to be more muscular than I am right now. Go ahead, lie to him.
In 30 years, I will look better, be less body fat, more muscular, higher skin quality, because I understand that by ritualizing discomfort, every day I'm fasting intermittently. I'm going through hunger pain. I'm sitting in the sauna. I'm running, experiencing hypoxia, where I'm depleting oxygen from my bloodstream. I'm doing all these difficult things that elongate the telomeres. There's a specific kind of enzyme called a telomerase.
By doing that, you might look better than most people when they age, but you're still going to age. Mother Nature is undefeated. I told you in the onset of our discussion that the main factor in our outcomes is the subconscious entropy state of our belief. I know there's one outcome possible, Gary. I'm going to look better. And that's what reality is going to give me, because I'm not going to counteract that. That's delusional.
I'm going to do everything I can, and I believe we're on the cusp of an incredible technological advancement.
I would love to be alive in 100 years, but that's fucking nonsense.
You're decreasing the probability.
No, because it's not going to happen. I'm not going to be alive in 100 years. You're not going to look better than you are right now.
It's not going to happen today that are going to live to be 150. We're on the cusp of being able to create biological hardware.
The Rothschilds might be.
Do you
not
understand,
you, brother.
Do you understand that reality is fundamentally informational? You understand we're in a simulation, right? Do you understand?
Have I not said we're in a simulation?
No, listen.
Since the beginning.
So let's explain the wave-particle duality of reality.
This isn't a science show, bro. People don't understand these terms.
To contextualize this
then you're talking to 0.1% of the population. They don't understand what the fuck you're saying,
and listen,
bro.
It's our responsibility to turn the few into the many.
It's your responsibility to bring it down to their level. No one understood numerology, so I started talking about sports.
I'm bringing it down to their level. Yes, I am.
No, you're not, because no one understands what you're saying.
Yes, they are.
I'm telling you this.
You sound like a self-hating bigot with low expectations of your peers.
People didn't understand.
You don't think women have the capacity to learn and develop, or any demographic.
Not like men.
And there's outliers.
Not like men.
There's outliers.
And I teach that in numerology. I teach that in numerology.
Outliers, and that's important for you to admit that there are statistical outliers.
Of course. Women born on the 28th, like Sheryl Sandberg and Jessica Alba, are billionaires too.
Of course.
100%.
The best of us in society are men, but there are outliers of women that can compete.
I can take that. I can take that.
Yes.
I can take that. But here's the thing. When I'm walking the streets and I go to a mall and I see a female security guard, what the fuck are you doing? You'll get knocked out. I want men in that position. So I don't believe in this equality nonsense. Women should do what they're good at. Men should do what they're good at.
Of course. But
it's not the way society is.
At the same
Now,
time,
is there a woman out there who can whoop my ass? Of course. There's UFC fighters. Ronda Rousey could probably whoop my ass.
I don't think that's a great
example. It is a great example.
Of course,
because
men have
most
greater physical capacity.
Exactly, but there are that small percentage of women who are bodybuilders who probably got fucking bigger arms than you. There's a small percentage of women out there like that. But I'm not going to base society off the 1-2%.
Exactly. And this is what I talk about with the issues of DEI. You know, basically the term equity, opposing equality, equal outcomes. They're trying to bring forth equal outcomes as opposed to equal opportunities.
That's communism.
Meritocracy. And as I said earlier, just to tie back into what we're talking about with this post-scarcity utopia, socialist utopia, where UBI is a necessity, universal basic income, because all jobs will be automated. They always thought that the AI singularity would be a bottom-up revolution, where it would take the easiest jobs to get first, which is what? Driving. Driving is the #1 global occupation. Cars are going to be automated. But what they're finding is it's going to be a top-down revolution, because you notice that surgeons are now becoming robots.
Everyone's getting
coding.
Hit. Yeah.
Everyone's jobs are being rendered obsolete.
Except one
And that's beautiful.
Except one.
Because of the insidious culture that's built into capitalism.
Except one. A personal brand. If you have a personal brand,
streaming.
if you whatever way you do it,
Yeah.
if you have a personal brand,
Well, streaming
you will
specifically.
be able to get out of the AI revolution, as he says, and it won't affect you as much. If you have a personal brand,
Which
if you
is
have
what, Gary?
hold on, if
Personality.
you have, if you
Personality.
bro, I already have a whole millions of followers, so I already got there. You're still trying to get there.
So what?
So here's what.
It's not about what you have or what you've done. It's about who you are and who you're becoming and where you're going. That's what it's really all about. It's about development. It's about growth. It's about the asymptotic approach of mastery. Mastery is a lifelong process.
You don't want to learn.
I do.
You don't.
Say
because you're not at my
meaningful.
level. You don't want to learn.
I'm dropping gems on you. You got to pick them up.
That's
I'm clumsy.
fine. I'm not in a gym competition with you.
On you.
But what I'm trying to tell you is, I'm looking
It ain't
at you
about
right
gym.
here.
I'm smarter than you.
I'm listening to you
smarter.
talk. I'm listening to you talk.
I'm more impactful.
Bro, you're not.
Yes.
Put in
What would
my
you
name.
like to speak
put in
about?
my name and his name on Google and see what comes up more, bro.
Yes, you're more
kidding me?
famous than me
There
right
you
now.
go. So how are you more impactful
I have more
if I'm more
achievements.
famous?
I have more achievements. My achievements are destroying yours.
What are your achievements?
I was an All-American football player.
So
Got
what?
31 scholarships out of high school. Okay.
So what?
I produced some of the biggest songs. The EXO Tour Life. Jack Harlow was popping. Pop Smoke the Woo. Songs for Kanye. It's not a dime a dozen. I'm a self-made millionaire.
I respect it.
With supplemental income for life. I got lifetime checks off of music. So now I can wake up grateful every day, put my feet on the ground and thank God for this tool.
So you're not going to thank yourself?
Mastery.
You didn't work hard for us? So everything you did is because of God?
It's an expression. It's not literal. If I start by telling a joke, JW, Gary, and an octopus walking a bar,
people are going to take
you're
it
not
literally.
Going to stop me,
people
and they're not going to be like,
literally.
Stop, an octopus.
Everything he did is because of God, not because he put in hard work, not because he fucking trained hard in the gym. No, it's because Allah praised him or Jesus praised him. This is nonsense.
I wouldn't even consider myself a Christian, but I understand the importance of an overarching narrative that allows for cohesion. This is the same reason
you'll lie to people.
Listen,
you'll lie to people to get along.
We lie to kids and tell them that Santa Claus is real.
I don't. Maybe you do. I don't.
As a whole, generally, it nudges unsophisticated thinkers towards doing the right thing. If a kid thinks that by behaving he's going to be on the nice list and get rewarded, he's going to have a higher probability of behaving. If he thinks that there's no incentive for being good, he's going to end up on the naughty list.
This is exactly what I told my kid at 2 years
why
old. There's no Santa.
At 2 years old?
At 3 years old, too. There's no Santa. There's no tooth fairy. I'm the one putting money under your table, under your pillow for a fucking your tooth. I fucking tell my kids the truth.
And I'd say that's a selfish strategy.
Okay,
it sounds like you're trying to be validated for your work.
No, I'm actually. I don't want to lie to him. I don't want to lie to him. You want to lie?
I don't want to lie.
You do. You're gonna tell him about Santa Claus?
No, my daughter's gonna be a freak of nature, so of course I'm gonna give her the raw truth, just like I had her watching.
You just said I'm selfish for doing the same thing, but it's okay when you do it.
No, because it correlates with other ideological points that you're communicating. Like it seems like you don't have rigorous empathy for others. You don't seem to have compassion for people that are struggling. You don't seem to have compassion.
I was struggling. And guess what? When I was struggling in my enemy year, I fucking did it myself. I didn't ask anyone for help, and I fucking manned the fuck up. So guess what? I'm not gonna fucking throw people in the short end of the pool and then give them my hand. Go in the fucking deep end and fucking learn yourself. Sink or swim.
And don't you know that individuals that are struggling just by being supported by a group have a higher probability of jumping in the deep end and learning how to sink or swim? A culture of men that put young men through rites of passages like fist fights and these type of things where it's called luminality. They step into the fist fight, someone new already, just by confronting their fear. They're not who they'll become over a lifestyle of demonstrating courage, but they're not who they were before they stepped into, that difficult situation.
I'll push him in that difficult situation.
Just like Native Americans would go in the teepees and smoke the toad, hallucinate and sweat. The first motherfucker that gets up and leaves without warning all his people, the chief's sitting right there and knows that's a pussy. He needs to be excommunicated. Just the bond of the group and they're overcoming hardship together.
Yeah, and
we need better culture
that's a male
that
thing.
Pulls up.
That's a male thing, by the way.
This is the problem.
Who have you pulled up?
Thousands and thousands of individuals.
Is there any testimonials?
Yes, there's a lot of testimonials.
So what are you doing? Pulling people
on
up?
Instagram before I got canceled.
What'd you get canceled for?
For speaking about BLM and pointing out the pseudo-reality police brutality narratives of, the Breonna Taylor lies, the George Floyd lies, the Trayvon Martin lies from the beginning. Michael Brown, hands up, don't shoot. Every single police brutality.
So what you're doing
was a complete
what you're doing is
this. This is the content creating corporate media dividing the masses. We need to come together.
Did you ever protest in real life?
I'm not a protesting activist. I'm not a goofy.
So you don't want to go into the real fire. You just want to type on the keyboard.
No, I'm out and about having hundreds of death threats, dealing with that shit.
I get that a day.
I was Charlemagne's Donkey of the Year. Donkey of the Year for speaking out. Of course, I single-handedly.
Charlemagne's a homosexual. What do you care?
Of course he is.
What do you care?
I call him Chardonnay
what do you
the
care
fraud.
what a homosexual says about you?
I call him Charmin the fraud. That boy's soft as a pillow. Of
soft
course.
as Charmin. I got it, man. They're all homosexuals.
I consider these motherfuckers domestic terrorists, to be honest. As I said, we're in the golden era of America.
You don't believe people have a right to say what they want?
I believe they should be held accountable. Responsibility is everything.
So wait a second. You don't believe people have the right to say what they want? That's a fundamental right of American.
Now listen, this ties into what we're talking about with the incel problem.
Answer the question.
With these incels having a veil of anonymity on social media where they're saying things without accountability, they're throwing salt in the water, so motherfuckers don't know what's real and fake anymore. So there's a whole lot of perverse incentives on social media to go viral, spreading things that lies spread faster.
You like to detour things.
No,
I asked you, do you believe in free speech? Yes or no?
There's a difference in free speech and insidious language that
free.
Prevents people.
Hate speech is free speech, bro.
No.
Yes, it is.
When you're leading people astray from the truth and objectivity, that's objectively foul and corrupt. I believe God created archangel archetypes like Michael to come down here and bust heads.
Okay.
Sometimes you gotta bust someone's head to the white meat and demonstrate when they violate.
I got you, man.
If they're
how come you weren't busting people's heads open during the Black Lives Matter contest?
I was.
I'm not as big as you, but I was going out there and I was getting in fucking people's faces. How come you weren't doing the same?
Because I have a lot of shit going on and I'm not trying to go out and hurt people. I'm trying to take a risk and speak about shit people were terrified to speak of, and I paid the cost. I got canceled. I was on top of the music game, had 2 Hot 100s simultaneously. They went on a huge fucking campaign to slur me.
You're a man. You're a man.
And I've gotten stronger. Of course.
Happens.
The point is risk taking. You're saying
Elon
that I'm not
Musk
taking
suspended
risk.
me off Twitter. I was making 6 figures off that account a month.
Suspend
yes,
you?
he did.
Not him individually.
No, it was him individually suspending me because I'm actually popular. I was on the talk show Luke. I was on Luke's show.
You are popular.
And
that's why I'm here right now.
Hold on. I was on Luke's show and Luke had me on. I was talking shit about Elon, how he took money from Obama in 2010. And right after he did that, he unfollowed Luke and he fucking suspended my account. So that was definitely because I was on that podcast.
You don't think that it could have been some of his subordinates?
No. He doesn't like the fact that I talked about the fact that he's born on the 28th. He had a child this year born on the 28th, and he sold his X company to his AI company on the 28th. And I know it's coincidence.
At the end of the day, I love hearing you speak with such fervor and conviction because, as I said, a high certainty in your belief is going to mold your reality. You create self-fulfilling prophecies when you speak things into existence.
Yeah, you're right. I did make a self-fulfilling prophecy when I told my wife 3 things. I'd be a famous numerologist, check. I'd be a self-made millionaire, check. The only thing I've left to do is have sex in the White House. That's the only thing I promised her. So I'll work on that.
Degenerate. I mean, you're an entertainer.
Having sex with my wife sounds degenerate?
In the White House.
Yeah, hell yeah, the White House.
This is a sacred place.
Exactly where I want to have it.
That sounds profane to me, and this is the problem.
Why? You can't have sex in the White House?
This is the problem.
Really?
Look at modern culture. How we've normalized these profane lanes of entertainment.
Sex with my wife is degenerate? Are you out your mind?
In the White House.
So what?
In your house.
It doesn't matter if I'm at a hotel, my hotel,
the
airplane. If it's my wife, it's never degenerate.
It is. Because if you had sex in my house, let's say you left semen on the counter, I'd have a problem with you.
Well, you better go wash the dishes, man, or wash the... That's what you have a woman for, so she can clean the sheets.
I mean, in some instances,
your boy can't smash at your house. What the fuck?
It's all about. No, I prefer not to.
I feel you. You let people use the bathroom in your house.
Is one thing.
People use the bathroom, even the number 2.
Yes,
I don't let people use number 2s in my house.
Really?
Nah, get out.
Wow.
I live in a high rise, so they can go downstairs.
So do I. You know, so it is what it is. The point being is degeneracy. You know,
having sex with my wife is never degenerate, no matter where I'm doing it.
It's incel culture to prioritize sex. Men should be
focused. I'm not prioritizing anything. I just said
you
we're going to do it in the White House.
You put it on your fucking bucket list to have sex.
100%.
That sounds like
an incel to me. And I'm going to run for president of the United States, and when I win, I'm going to have sex in the White House. And if I don't win, I'll find a way to administration, and I'll fucking, make a deal with someone. I'll still make it happen. You know why? Because I'm a man of my fucking word. If I say I'm going to do it, I'm going to fucking do it. I said I was going to shove numerology and astrology down people's throats. It doesn't matter if you believe in it. It doesn't matter if she believes it. It doesn't matter if he believes in it. Everyone who knows about numerology, all that matters is
if you believe in it.
All that matters.
That's the nature of reality.
No, it's not.
In the simulation.
Again, it doesn't matter. Only thing that matters is it's real.
No, it's not real.
Yes, it is.
None of it is empirically. Will you ask ChatGPT if there's any instances of numerology being scientifically empirically validated by any science?
You know what's awesome? Astrology has been above science in many ways. 500 years ago, when they told people that they got crazy on their full moons, science said that's ridiculous. And then we figured out that
everything is lit up at nighttime.
I said 500 years ago, they didn't know why. And they said people get crazy on their full moons. It wasn't until they figured out that the moon pulls on the tides, they figured out a human body 70% water, and that is why people get crazy on their full moons.
Because it's fucking brighter outside.
Oh my God. Okay.
That's been proven. Ask ChatGPT.
On full moons?
Bro.
Why do people go crazy on full moons?
Is it because of numerology or is it because
It's definitely because of astrology.
It's
ask the police station. This is just some bullshit people use to cover up.
No, it's irrelevant. It's semantics at this point. The important discussion is that reality is indeed probabilistic. Nothing is deterministic, and that the main factors are willpower, your conviction, your belief, and not counteracting your belief and your ability to affirm what you believe. You should speak things about yourself into existence and not counteract it.
You have a child with a woman who is not yours.
And that's fine.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Not according to a lot of people.
Every situation is different. I did everything I could to make it work with the woman.
But see, here's the point. Here's the point.
We didn't have synergy. We didn't have perfect synergy.
And why were you with her in the first place?
Because
she was beautiful.
A lot of women approach me.
Because she was beautiful. That's why.
No, it wasn't. I get a lot of attention from beautiful women.
Why did you have a child with her?
It was an anomaly. I thought I was shooting blanks, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
The last time we had sex, she got pregnant. We broke up. She let me know months after. We tried to work it out again.
Mm-hmm.
We have a co-parenting relationship. My daughter is a prodigy. We were together the first 2 years. Recently broke up about 6 months ago because of life circumstances. Her dad got cancer, had to move somewhere. We were spaced.
You know what's interesting?
I met my fucking twin flame.
You know what's interesting? I never had those problems. You know why? Because I know numerology and astrology, and I picked my wife's birthday, and I knew she was perfect for me. And we've been married.
I couldn't have picked a better fucking outcome.
What do you
my
mean?
daughter is the girl she is because of the partner
You're not with the same woman who had
matter.
it. You're not going to raise her. She's
Yes,
going to
I
have
am.
two different
I am raising her.
parents. She has two
I pay
parents
child
who don't
support.
live in the same house. That's going to negatively affect your daughter.
No.
You're selfish.
No, she's going to be in my proximity right now. She's
not going to be around you every day, is she?
She is
Every day?
100%
Every day?
day.
Every day she's going to be around you.
I'm well aware of the impact.
She's gonna wake up and she's gonna see your daddy
every single day.
She's gonna wake up and see your daddy and mommy every single day.
When she wakes up.
Uh-huh.
Some nights she will. Some
Admit
nights she
that's
won't.
not a good thing.
It's not ideal.
Okay.
It's not
There you
ideal.
go.
You're
There you
right.
go.
The ideal situation is a nuclear family unit.
You're right.
But at the end of
So
the day,
are you that disciplined?
everything is
Are
about
you that
adaptability.
disciplined, sir?
I am.
Are you that disciplined? I don't think you are. You're
increase
disciplined in
devotion.
going to the gym.
No,
You're not disciplined when it comes
developing
to sleeping with bitches and
No,
fucking having babies. You're not disciplined with that.
I had a baby out of wedlock.
So you're not disciplined. Admit it.
At the end of the day, things unfold in life, and you have to be able to adapt.
Not for me, because I knew birthdays. See how that works? If you don't want problems like this in life, learn numerology and astrology. It's that simple.
It's not a major problem. It's actually beautiful. A lot of men are on the road doing things, and they don't wake up around their children.
You just said it's not ideal. You just said it's not ideal.
But listen, the inspiration that I have from my new partner, the perfect synergy I have, is going to lead to greater outcomes for me that allows me to show up in her life in better ways.
While that might be true, to the people out here listening, you need to tell them straight to their face that this is not the right way for you.
It isn't.
And this is not what you want in life.
My girlfriend will tell you this is a source of shame in my life, the only source of shame that I'm dealing with this, and guilt that I have of not being in her life the way I was the first 2 years of her life. The last few months have been tumultuous, and I'm adapting and I'm responding. And
so last 2 months? Last 2 months, you said?
The last few months, yeah.
I see. So this has never happened before. It only happened in the past few months, right?
It happened
in your enemy year.
It happened
in your enemy year,
which is a transformational time that's allowed. Now listen. Okay, now let's talk about this.
You just admitted enemy years are right.
No, it's incredible. Listen.
Thank you.
Are you familiar with the concept of synergy?
Yeah, I was just talking to this guy about energy. And he's
synergy is interference in the signal. It can either be positive or negative. Positive synergy is when there's diverse skills, diverse perspectives, elegant coordination, and a shared vision of the future where you're amplifying the signal, as opposed to negative synergy where there's a lack of diversity, there's a lack of differentiation, a lack of integration, a lack of a shared future. Sometimes you end up in relationships. I'm a loyal ride or die motherfucker. I ride shit till the wheels fall off. She approached me. We got in a relationship. I'm trying to make the best of it. Now we had a negative synergy because
in your enemy year.
She wasn't diverse. No, it happened last year.
Okay, and
in 2024.
You're away from your child right now, right?
Yeah.
So that's not enemy year shit.
Transformational
hold up. That's not enemy year shit. Being away from the person you love the most on this planet.
And it's inspiring me to go harder, to be more disciplined.
Why don't you say that enemy years are real?
Listen.
Say enemy years are real. Wes Watson's getting his ass whooped this year.
Let me tell you something.
Adam 22, born in the year of the pig, is getting destroyed this year. All these people.
Now
Bill,
look
what
at
about
me.
Elon Musk? Thrown out of the goddamn White House.
Look at me, for instance. I got involved with the sports bettor Mozzie and Sean Perry with their fight.
I know them.
I'm willing to fight any sports bettor for any amount of money. So when Sean Perry's talking about he'll bet anyone, I saw that they had the event. I told my boy Keno, who was there, why the fuck didn't you call me so I could come up and press him? So the next event, when they had their first fight, when they were going to fight for $500,000, they brought me in because there was a whole lot of shit. So I went and pressed everyone in there. The kid Elf was in there with all the social media vloggers.
You think those guys are going to fight you for $500,000?
Listen.
I bet $1 million on you. Like, what the fuck?
So from me making a scene, pressing everyone in there, the kid Elf and his stream in front of thousands of people, they're like, who the fuck is this guy? So he inquires about
chasing
me.
Clout. I
go in there, do an interview, go ballistic. So now I have a cult-like following emerging on X where I'm a sports bettor. I'm the best in the world betting on football. I've been banned from all MGM, banned from all
What is your percentage against the spread?
I hover around any large sample space is around
A year.
61, 63%.
Okay, I'm there myself. So what?
But you're betting baseball with
No, I'm betting
astronomical
everything.
odds and
I'm betting
different.
everything.
You don't have the capacity and knowledge to speak about sports.
Yeah, really. I've won
now.
every single Super Bowl this decade. Can you say the same?
I've
Exactly.
hit 4 out of 5.
Well,
It's not a
I'm
big
5
deal.
out of 5. What's good? I'm 5 out of 5.
And that's a small sample space. And this is the
Super
law.
Bowls.
This is the law of large numbers, Gary.
Okay,
Listen,
how about this?
listen.
Stop,
in
stop,
this
stop, stop,
small
stop.
sample space,
Okay, well, I'll give you a good
there's an
sample
anomalous
size.
occurrence
I'll give you a
that's
good.
going to revert
I'll
to the
give you a
mean
good
as you
space.
increase the sample space.
I'll give you a good space.
I
Look
bet
up-
over your next 10
Stop,
Super
stop.
Bowls, you don't hit 6.
Oh, okay, whatever. Go to Cavs. And
You'll probably fuck around and lose the next 5.
I'm not you.
No,
when
I'm
it
the
comes
best in the
down-
world. I'm banned.
You keep saying
They're
that.
taking your
You
best
keep
at
saying-
MGM. I can't walk into an MGM
I got
casino.
banned from Hard Rock.
I saw you posting.
I got banned from Hard Rock. Thank you
Okay,
for
that's
winning
one
too much.
place. I've been
I got
banned from
banned.
every
I got
casino.
banned from fucking Atlantic City for winning 1.3 million in one fucking month. Don't talk to me about that
I know
nonsense.
that's your claim to fame with betting.
Now,
And anyone
hold on,
in a small
hold on.
sample space
Go-
can have anomalous
Go to
occurrences.
Cavs and put in Gary the Numbers Guy. See what comes
We
up
know
on
you
YouTube.
predicted when they were down 1-3 and this
Oh,
and that.
we did.
I'm diligent.
Where's your
I'm
prediction like
diligent.
that?
My
That was the
listen,
best comeback
the proof
in
of my
NBA
ability.
history, and I called it.
And it was
I put my
anomalous.
rep on the line, and I called it. I said it. It happened. Where's your claim to fame? You're trying to say what I
My
did
claim to fame
isn't there.
is-
Kyrie Irving, who's born 1992, the year of the monkey, hit the game winner in 2016 against the Warriors. That happened. People do better in their own years. That is the biggest upset in NBA history. And I called it right before. I said it would happen. Everything that happened did happen. This objectively proves I know what the fuck I'm talking about. And if you have a better call than that, let's see it.
Let's just go ahead and lay out some type of prediction right now. You know, this is the issue, is that everything you speak about is unfalsifiable. It's not actual science.
This happened
You
before.
know about Karl Popper, right?
This happened before they came back. You do
Yes,
understand that.
And you're cherry picking
I'm
one
no,
instance
no,
of
no,
you
no.
being correct.
That is the
in a
biggest.
sea
No. This
of
is
incorrect
this is
speculation.
what it calls about being a man, putting your rep on the line. And if you're wrong, you're cooked. If I was wrong about that, I'm not here. He doesn't know me. I'm done. I was right. I get my accolades.
I mean, the validity of your ideas shouldn't be correlated to one particular instance.
I'm
It should be
giving you one
objectively,
example. I'm the one who's
empirically
did I not say
verifiable throughout a number
Elon?
of predictions.
Did I not say Elon and Trump would break apart this year?
He did call that on the show.
You made a lot of incorrect predictions that we don't need to get into either. This is what you do: is you
I'm not
cherry-pick
God.
correct
I'm not
predictions.
God. I get 85% of them right. That's a fact.
I mean, I'll bet money with you that you can't make 10 specific predictions and even get half of them right.
How much you want to bet?
How much do you? What type of? So
Okay.
you should
What do
be
you
able
wanna
to
do?
predict who ends up in the Super Bowl this year, right?
No, I'm not going to do that.
Within some type of range of certainty.
What I'm going to do?
See, why don't you put a range on probability?
What I'm going to do is when we know who the game is, then I'll make a prediction because I need to do an AFC, NFC championship. I need to do every single game. I'm not doing it ahead of time. I understand futures are good, and I do not hit all my futures. There's no doubt
you
about
should
it.
have said-
But I hit
You
futures
should
more
be
than
able to
everyone
put
else.
ranges on the probability of particular
I've been selling
teams
picks for 15 years, bro. I'm cool.
Reaching.
I'm cool, bro.
This is a way for you to demonstrate that you're.
I've
able to
already
look-
demonstrated. That's why people pay me money
in
for my
certain
picks.
instances, and you don't have anyone that's saying I am rich from Gary's sports betting.
I
picks.
had a group of people here
I
on the
assure you that
rooftop
you are not
of the
winning on
fucking
sports
Rio.
betting.
I am.
I assure you that you're not.
I'm winning
Because
on
you
my
would be
parlays.
banned.
I am banned.
Then
I am
let's-
banned.
Then let's get
I am banned.
together and cooperate.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what.
Do you agree that cooperative systems have much more value at their disposal than competitive? Why compete when we can cooperate and synergize?
Why would I?
And bring our diverse skills to the table? Because the bottom line is making money. Who gives a fuck about stroking ego? It's about making money and bringing value to our clients.
Listen, I see value in Myron Gaines. I see value in Fresh and Fit. I see value in the people I deal with. I see a lot of value in this guy. He's a 33 life path, by the way. Look what he's doing at a fucking young age. Validates exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. So when I see value in people, you don't want to learn. You want to argue and you want to talk with
We're
big
on a
words.
Podcast.
No, you
We're
want
trying to entertain.
I'm going to tell you something.
Tension is the entry point
I
to
get
growth.
it, brother. I
We're
love
trying
it
to
too.
grow. I
But
want you to grow.
I'm telling you.
It sounds like you have a closed circuit of belief.
What are you going to teach me, bro? How to go to the gym? How to lift some weights? I got plenty of guys for that.
You don't understand the digital nature of reality.
What are you going to teach me? What are you going to teach me?
Explain how we're in a simulation.
How are you going to teach me?
You say we're in a simulation and there's a matrix.
I'm asking you. You said you could teach me. You said to work up. What are you going to teach me besides lifting weights?
I can teach you about morality.
I have morality.
I can teach you about objectivity.
I turned down OnlyFans. I turned down the degeneracy. You're not going to teach me anything about morality.
I can falsify my beliefs.
I'm with the mother of my child. You are not. Don't tell me about morality.
And that's one characteristic of you as a human, but you lack compassion for others.
And you don't?
You pander to incels.
You don't? You're willing to lie to people on here,
my girlfriend
and you're saying
will
that's
tell
good.
You right now, I cry almost every day when I see
you. Cry?
Yes, I cry a lot. I'm a sensitive dude. I'm in touch.
Men shouldn't cry.
And that's what a man who isn't in touch with his masculinity and hasn't integrated
men
this
should
is
not
why you
cry,
lack
bro.
creativity and originality, Gary.
I'm a numerologist and astrologer. You told me I lack creativity and originality.
I don't cry because, I'm having a bad day. I cry when I see people contemplating suicide. I cry when I see people on the street fucking having the most disgusting
You know what I think?
life.
I'm thinking, what did they do to deserve that?
And so do
That's
I.
what I think. That's what I think.
And I ruminate on that as well.
That's what I think.
And there has to be some type of accountability, but there is environmental factors and different things that multivariable.
You think empathy is a strength?
Empathy is the greatest commonality amongst high-level thinkers.
Empathy is what fucking spread mass immigration. Empathy is what fucking spread all of this feminist nonsense that's going around in the world. And you want to fucking push that
empathy.
shit.
No, we're not. I'm not trying to valorize the victim.
That's what it sounds like to me.
No, I'm trying to valorize the victor and turn the few victors in society into the many. I'm trying to hijack people's minds because our minds have become the battlefield weapons and rewards fought for in this new age of informational warfare. These corporate overlords are hijacking our phones. They're creating split testing mechanisms.
And what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it?
What I'm going to do is talk my shit and create a cult following and subtly start to impact it.
Do you have a cult following?
It's happening. Yes, I have. They took my
How many followers do you have?
Listen, if we go on X right now, my spaces are going to be double yours.
I'm asking you,
I'll get 400 people in this space. You can't even get 100.
How many people do you actually have following you?
Following doesn't matter. It's
of course,
engagement.
because you have no following.
I have more
so it doesn't
engagement.
matter.
I have more engagement.
How many do you have an IG?
I have more engagement.
How many do you have an IG?
They banned my IG
How many did you have before it did?
Lit.
How many did you have before it?
It doesn't matter.
It does matter.
Don't matter
because you don't have clout, bro. You don't have clout.
What matters is I saw you go live on YouTube 2 nights ago and had 100 people in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
All good.
That's not clout.
I got 250,000 on YouTube. I have 250,000.
Go live on Spaces right now. You're going to have like 50 people in there.
Maybe because I got suspended 24 times.
And so and I'm going to have 400 people in my space within an hour.
Let's go on TikTok. I'll get fucking 5,000 in my space.
Let's do it. And let's hijack the culture.
You don't have my clout. And quite frankly, and you never will, quite frankly. You're a non-life path. You don't have what it takes. You don't have what it takes, bro.
Yes.
No.
You're going to tell me that because I was born on February 13th, I'm a life path 9, that there's certain things that aren't accessible to me?
I don't think you have what it takes to be a major influencer, no. You'll never be Andrew Tate. You'll never be one of these guys. But I'm going to say this. I think you're successful in life. I think you're going to have a lot of shit going for you. I think you're done better than most people. I do think you're intelligent. I think you're just... that ego is just fucking massive,
What
bro.
is ego, Gary?
Ego, you don't want to learn from anybody.
Ego is a coping mechanism
You don't want to learn from
uncertainty.
anything. You don't want to learn from anyone.
Yes,
you already
I do.
know everything.
I know because I'm learning and reducing hidden information.
What you should be doing is
following numerology. I should say, I'm a 9. I'll never be able to influence people. I'm much more influential than you.
How's the crypto?
If we have a group of 100 men...
they'll follow me before you, bro.
No, if
we're anywhere outside of a gym,
if you
they'll follow me before you.
Listen, you have your GG33 group get together.
Yep.
I will impact them more than you do in a small setting. They will follow me.
What are you gonna do? Teach them how to lift weights, bro?
No,
what else
I'm
you gonna
teach
do?
them how to think objectively.
Oh,
I'm gonna teach them how to formulate intention that's rooted in
love. You can't even fucking figure out how to
Love.
fucking keep your woman who you had a baby
Yes,
with
I
together.
do.
And you're gonna tell other men. How are you gonna tell other men how to do stuff when you can't do it yourself?
I could be with her right now. Objectively, I'm with the ideal woman for me. We have perfect synergy, and a lot of things are unfolding for me right now as a byproduct of this synergy.
I'm sorry you're not seeing. I'm sorry
right in a snake year.
I'm sorry you're not having having, and I'm
Gary,
sorry, not around your daughter.
10 to 30 million this year off selling
Show
my
me.
pigs.
Show me.
It's going down.
Show me. I don't see it.
Here in a month.
I see Sean Perry doing it. I don't see you doing it. I see Mozzie doing it. Who are you? I've never even seen you before.
And I've never sold my pigs because I've been betting myself low key under the radar, but I've been banned from everywhere. And the market's just now getting to the point with the legalization over the past few years.
It's been there since 2018, bro.
The market is just now getting
the market's been there
lucrative.
since 2018.
Okay, and
I've been making money on it.
The market.
Oh, you're a little late, huh?
I've
You just
been
said
betting.
first you say it's not there. Now you say you're a little late. Which one is it?
It's just emerging within the past few years, Gary. It's semantics to say that
That's semantics, bro.
the market's at an all-time high. You see scammers like Mozzie, scammers like Sean.
Why is he a scammer?
Because he doesn't have a skill set for betting, and he just got hit with the Fed case for doing it.
And why is Sean Perry a fraud? I know he lost the Super Bowl.
Anyone,
twice,
I know
but
a
why?
lot of people, big dogs that have lost enormous amounts with them. You can tell someone's creativity when you listen to them speak. They don't know the game. It's all a
You
gimmick.
haven't told me why he's a fraud, though.
Who, Sean
Yeah, why is
Perry?
he a fraud?
Sean Perry?
Yeah.
Because he's over here literally right now trying to bait incels with his content, his whole shtick of, oh, I got a girl picking my picks. Oh, if she doesn't pick right, we'll get her out of here. He can't validate his sense-making process. He can't falsify his beliefs.
Maybe he's just better at social media than you.
No, maybe he's just trying to scam goofy motherfuckers to look at his lifestyle, that he has money because he inherited money from his mom and his dad.
It happens.
And he's using her credit card to make bets and this and that. He's not...
He's not paying $1 million to make bets, bro. He's not using a credit card to make $1 million.
He's not making money off of sports betting. They wouldn't take his bets at the casino if he was. He could walk into any casino and bet obscene amounts of money.
I'm up a lot of money into Rio. They haven't banned me yet.
And if you continue, they will, because they just don't think you're an advantage wager.
No. What I do is I bet.
I'm banned at the Rio.
I bet.
I'm banned at the Rio.
I bet parlays.
Gary,
I bet parlays.
Why if we walk in, are they going to take your bet? But they won't.
I bet
do you
parlays.
want to bet?
I bet parlays. Do you bet parlays?
No, I bet straight.
Okay,
bets.
so see, here's the thing. They will bet straight bet. They will ban straight bettors. Because there are sharps out there who get banned by the casinos. They fuck around with me for about a month, 2 months, if I'm there for a long time. And then when they see the parlays keep hitting, then they fucking ban me like they did in Resorts Casino in Atlantic City. That's what happens. They give me more of opportunity because a parlay is so-called a sucker bet. But when it comes to numerology and astrology, it gives me an advantage
it
to that.
is a sucker bet. You have better odds of just letting your tickets ride.
Oh, I mean, listen, I've hit
parlay.
parlays for fucking in a day $500,000.
Of course,
so it is what it is.
Picking great instances of it. I've
lost money too. There's no doubt about
You're
it.
not a winning sports bettor.
Oh, I definitely
I'll bet
am.
my life on that.
Oh, how are we going to do this?
You don't have the skill set. We can go heads up. We can go heads up for any amount you want this football season. For any amount, heads up.
Here's the thing. I would do that with you. But here's the thing. You don't have enough.
That's a great way to prove the validity of his predictive capacity.
So this is what I'll do. You honestly don't have enough clout to do this one-on-one with me. So if you want...
Wait on it.
Stop. If you want, get the top sports guys here.
I'm him.
Stop.
I'm him.
Not with clout.
Yes.
Not when it comes to clout.
Yes, it does, because they're all dick riders. Elf,
okay,
he got a space. Mozzie, Sean Perry, all these dudes.
They have more clout than you.
Terrified, and they all come to me.
No one knows who you are.
They all know who I am.
Okay.
They all know who I am.
Not their fans. Their fans don't know. I don't know who you are. My people don't know who you are.
But now you do, and now they do too. So band up.
So here's what we're gonna do.
Get down with the wave.
You get all the top guys, top 5 guys.
Okay.
And we'll every single week we'll put our spreads. You don't make them public because I sell picks, other people sell picks. But on Monday, when all the games are over, you post what everyone did. Him, me, Mozzie, everyone. And then at the end of the year, we'll see who the fucking best is. I'm willing to do that right now. You down?
Of course.
But they have to do it too.
What amount of money?
Whatever you want to do. 100K, whatever. I don't give a fuck. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. They have to be in it too. You, quite frankly, don't have enough clout to do this with me one-on-one.
He'll tell you that I do. He had Elf in here who's got...
Brother, you have 7,000 people who follow you.
It doesn't matter. On X, I'm emerging as a presence. And when I go live, I have all the sports betting world on lock right now. And they're all waiting for football.
Okay. Well, guess what?
When football comes,
I need to see it with my own eyes. I need to see it with my own eyes.
I'm all about
so guess what? Do some show and tell. But I'm telling you right now, in your enemy year, you're going to get smoked. You're going to get smoked in your enemy year.
Bet money. I'm going to have the greatest season anyone's ever seen.
I will fade you.
And you will lose your ass. That's a fact. Because
man.
I don't rely on this goofy ass kooky predictive mechanism.
Yeah, stuff that's made me millions, right?
I actually have an ability to extract and infer high value information.
I don't know what ability you have besides lifting weights. I don't know what ability you have.
The game of football.
I don't know shit. I play the game of football.
Differentiate between
a 3-4 and a nickel and a fucking dime package.
Differentiate between a 6 and a 9 technique for a defensive lineman.
I mean,
differentiate between cover 3 and cover 4.
Cover 4 is when you have all the fucking QBs and the fucking safeties all the way fucking back in the cover 4. I know what these fucking coverages mean. I know what a nickel package is. I know what a dime package is. I know what a fucking 3-4 defense is. I know what a 4-3 defense is. I know what a run shoot is.
You can't watch a couple plays and infer the value that I can.
Yes, I can.
There's qualitative differences.
I mean, bro, I hear you talking. I hear you bragging. I don't see any receipts.
What do you mean?
I don't see any receipts.
22,000 a game. It's documented.
Brother, 22,000 a game is not a lot of money.
It is a lot of money as a base unit. And I have money coming in off of music. And now I'm about to take over the fucking life coaching lane that these goofy bastards like Myron. Yes.
Life coaching.
Mentoring.
You're not even with the woman you had a baby with. How are you going to mentor men?
Motherfucker, I'm developed. I'm a good man. I'm taking care of her still. Okay. I'm taking care of my child. I was incredible to her. I took care of her. You can't control others.
Yes,
All
you can
control
can.
is your output.
You can control the woman. Did you control your woman?
To an extent.
Well, she didn't because she left, right?
She just inherited millions and millions of dollars
from
the passing of her father.
As soon
as she
got some money, she dipped.
No, she didn't.
I'm asking you. I don't know. You tell me.
We had distance. I'm in Vegas. She's in another state handling business.
She got her bag and she left.
The woman of my dreams.
Listen. This has nothing to do with her.
It does.
I'm talking about the woman you had a child with. She left you or you left her. Which one?
It was me leaving her.
You left her. So you left a woman you had a baby with. And you want to teach other people about how to be men. And you left a woman you had a baby with.
And I'm not abandoning them in any way. And she'll tell you, I think about their well-being every day. I want my baby mother in the ultimate psychological state. So she's not the typical modern woman, resentful, and my daughter mirroring these type of personality traits. I want to do everything I can for her.
But you didn't.
Life isn't a fairy tale, Gary. Life isn't a fairy tale.
It is when you know numerology and astrology.
Flexible. Your life isn't a fairy tale.
Yes, it is for me when it comes to that. When it comes to that stuff,
you're in your golden year,
bro. I'm already a multi-millionaire. I'm the top guy in my field. I'm the Jordan. No, it is what it is.
No, you anticipated this to be a huge year for you, and it hasn't been.
It's been a great year financially.
Your relevance is diminishing rapidly. It is.
How's my relevance?
You can't go. We go live, and I'm more pull than you.
How many views did I just get on your videos, bro? I'm like diminishing. I'm his #1 guest. What the fuck is wrong with you? I'm his #1 guest.
You're not getting the engagement.
I've been on here 10 times.
You're an interesting guy, and you've been platformed a lot and still don't have pull on social media.
I don't have
people
pull.
Are terrified to platform me because I'm better looking, I'm smarter.
I'll take your fucking audience. Again with the looks.
Shout out
again
to
with
you.
the looks.
Shout out
again
to my
with the
brother
looks.
for platforming
again
me multiple
with
times.
the looks. Every single time.
It's the
number
game,
one thing that matters to you. You are vain. You're a vain person. You're a vain person who left the mother of your child. You are not qualified to be a role model and to teach other men. You want to teach them how to fight? Good.
No, I'm going to be the most incredible father to her, and I'm transparent about it. I could have kept it secret.
Highly doubtful.
I'm transparent about it. What do you mean?
Highly doubtful.
I let you know the issues. I said this is
I didn't say you're a liar.
This is my main source of grief. Is that I'm not waking up next to my daughter. But there's trade-offs to everything. Me being able to be in an ultimate relationship that inspires me every day to
Sounds like
evolve.
Sounds like coke, bro.
And
Sounds
somewhat
like
I am rationalizing the pain in some instance, and I'm always going to spin it and fuel on
100%.
the fire. Fuel on the fire.
Do the influencer thing. Spin, baby. Spin.
I'm not going to do the opposite of, oh no, I better lay low because it's my enemy year. Oh no, I'm popping off right now.
You're popping off?
Shit's going off, yes.
I got a huge platform. I've never seen you before today.
You're talking to me right now.
It's because of him. Because of him.
Okay.
I don't know you.
This is how you became known by people.
No one platformed me.
Yes, you
no
did.
one platformed me.
Yes, you did.
I platformed myself.
And I'm platforming myself. I force shit. I make threats. People do not put me on other. Yes.
Threats.
Yes.
That's how you become an influencer. You try to whoop people's ass if they will put you on. Is that how you're doing it, bro?
Get down or lay down with me. Either you're going to get down and we do it with finesse, through dialogue and through synergy, or it's going to be muscle. And I will take a motherfucker's head off if they get in my way.
There's always going to be someone bigger, bro.
No.
Yes.
No. There's a hierarchy.
You're not the biggest, baddest man on the planet.
Other than professional fighters that are training all day.
Maybe so, but you're not the baddest man on the planet, bro.
I'm one of them.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am one of them.
You're not a professional fighter.
Physically,
are you a professional fighter?
I could be. Yes, I could be. I could be.
I could be the president of the United States. I could be president of the United States.
I go everywhere by myself. Expecting
I go by myself.
There could be tension in this office. I don't bring goons in here.
Yo.
I don't.
Did I not almost get jumped on the goddamn streets during a live?
He did.
I was walking by myself and I had 10 niggas over there doing it. Okay? Mm-hmm. I ain't scared of shit.
I think that's degenerate how you just said that.
I don't give a fuck.
I mean, to be honest,
it is what it is.
Degenerate.
You know what? Myron Gaines, Don Lucra, and Fresh, these are all black men I manage. They don't give a fuck. So you're not going to tell me anything about that either.
They have fucking a bias because you're bringing opportunities to them. That doesn't mean that they
maybe they're bringing opportunities to me. Maybe they're bringing opportunities to me.
In a way,
yeah,
you're using each other.
You got to get better at that networking thing, bro.
And I'm trying to network.
And
that's why
you're trying.
We should be cooperating instead of competing with each other. Because
I don't see any competition,
skills.
bro.
What are you talking about?
I don't see any competition.
I'm much more captivating and mesmerizing than you.
He keeps telling me
pull
he's so much man,
and I enlighten them. Let's talk about real development.
Yeah, okay.
I don't want to talk about goofy ass numerology.
Of course you don't. You get smoked.
I want to talk about the nature of reality, consciousness. What is consciousness to you?
It's what gives us our sense of moral values.
Consciousness specifically is a self-referential, self-generating feedback loop that informs our decision-making. And it all stems from self-image.
Not all of it. Environment too.
Your
environment.
Your image of yourself is affected by your environment. When you think about your capacity to make sense of the world, if you have a victim mentality, for instance, you're not going to open up opportunities that are going to require resiliency, require tension, doing difficult things. So in terms of your decision making that's emerging from this limited sense making capacity, your outcomes are going to be affected. Mm-hmm. Your outcomes then lead to you reflecting on your decision-making, your choices, the outcomes that you're receiving, leaking into your beliefs that leak back into your self-image. That's what it all stems from.
You just said a whole bunch of nothing, bro. You said a whole bunch of nothing, bro.
The continuous feedback loop of our consciousness that informs our decision-making, our bet-making algorithm, consciousness. It's all about sense-making.
If we have a podcast with a whole bunch of scientists and a whole bunch of fucking nerds, maybe that type of talk will work.
No,
you're not going to get you're not going to get one person. Not talking like that, bro. Not talking like that.
Talking about our ability to make sense of the world and make good decisions that distinguish us from others.
Yeah, but we have to look at a man's past to see if he actually made those decisions. And I look at your past and I see holes, bro.
There's one hole in the
one big hole. And I don't see how you can be a fucking role model to other men when you have such a big fucking hole. That's huge, bro.
I don't want to get into snitching and things like that.
I know you don't. I will give you respect for being a man and fucking being.
Is Kanye West an influential individual?
He's a homosexual.
And I would agree.
Yeah.
In certain
he's a
instances,
piece of garbage.
I'm about to get around Ye and hijack his mind and get him in shape.
Good for you.
And get him back towards
he's
Jesus
a snake, right?
King Ye.
He's a snake, right?
It doesn't matter what he is.
Popped off, didn't he?
I know as soon as he sees me, we're going to have an instant bond.
How do you know that?
I've been mentoring his protege, Digital Nas, for a long time. They invited me out to Spain when Sneeko was out there. I'm not flying out to Spain
to see a homosexual
to get kicked out. And you know what? Kanye's extremely degenerate.
Why? You could have met Nick Fuentes there, bro. Why don't you go there?
I'd love to mentor Nick as well.
You think? Let me tell you something, bro.
Politically,
that guy's not going to listen to anybody.
He needs to.
He thinks he's going to mentor Nick Fuentes, bro. Nick Fuentes doesn't listen to anybody.
Here you go with your closed circuit perspective. You got to have an open.
I live in a reality. You live in some kind of fucking fantasy land, bro.
No, I don't. I live in a reality where it's going to take strong individuals like me busting heads open, getting us back towards objective human values is what it's really all about. About working hard, developing your mind, developing your spirit,
anyone can say that.
Understanding the nature of anti-fragility.
Okay.
You're not ritualizing enough discomfort in your life to grow. You, in fact, want to pander to these fucking pussies that don't want discomfort to give them coping mechanism.
What pussies?
Your entire any motherfucker.
What pussies are you talking about?
Every person
give me an example of what pussy you're talking about. What pussies?
Anybody that subscribes to the GG33
you mean billionaires
ideology.
You mean billionaires who are in my group. You mean billionaires in my group who have basically superseded you in every single way possible.
Only financially.
No,
Yes,
a lot
only
of other ways.
financially.
I got UFC fighters in my group that will whoop your ass.
And fighting.
Yeah.
And fighting.
You just said financially. I found another one, fighting. You can't even debate bro.
You're using individual instances.
You just said my group. My group is a lot of individuals.
Small
it's
micro perspectives
it's
of your group.
UFC
I'm
fighters.
talking
It's
any
FBI
individual.
agents. I have a lot of people in my group.
If you look at the macro capabilities of any of those individuals, they're not stacking up.
Yes, they are.
No, they're not.
Oh, yes, they are.
List one. We can get into the macro characteristics of an individual. Yes.
There's people who are getting NBA contracts who rep my shit. Are you fucking out your mind?
Playing sports doesn't
Again,
determine
it doesn't
the
matter
quality
what he does.
of
Only
the
matters what he
individual.
does. You get it? Only matters when he does something. When other people do it, it doesn't matter.
Sean,
he's always first person.
What matters is the refinement of your understanding of the world. That's what it really comes down to. What type of refined understanding? Are you actually retaining your experiences? Are you updating your model in a Bayesian sense? Are you familiar with Bayes' theorem? Okay. So you understand that reality is probabilistic. Individuals are constantly updating their beliefs through their experiences from learning new things. It's not determined.
That's what people of high minds do.
But your ideology purports deterministic fallacies.
Well, here's the thing. You have two things in life. You have destiny and you have free will. Destiny is when you're born and when you die.
You can't have
Stop.
both in the same.
Yes, you can. I'm about to explain. Chill out. Destiny is when you're born and when you die. Free will is how you get there. That's the difference. You have free will. You have free will.
You die is interlinked to the way you live your life and the decisions you
make. And that's already fucking written in stone before you're born. And that's already written the day you're born.
The quality of my life by doing difficult things. I understand that humans are anti-fragile systems. Do you understand? Can you differentiate between a complex and a complicated system?
I will say this: if you were about doing difficult things, you would have stayed with the mother of your child.
I stayed with her through tumultuous times.
You're not with her
to
now.
The very end. I am with her in spirit. And financially, and I'm gonna be all in my child's life, and I'm gonna have her living right below me in the building. I'm already making arrangements for her to live beneath me. I'm gonna marry this woman right here, and I'm gonna have my baby.
Wait. Are you gonna get married this year? Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I want to see.
Don't get married this year. That's my advice to you. You know why? Do not get married this year. So you could say numerology and astrology is bullshit, but you know to trust me on that one.
Well, there's other factors in play with marriage.
That's fine.
Men are being fucked in the legal system.
Yeah, I get it.
And she understands my concerns. And it is more about...
I don't have a prenup. I didn't have to worry about that because I knew birthdays, but go ahead.
And it's more about just the relationship, the intimacy, the bond, the trust. These are the things that are beautiful, not a marriage certificate from the government. I don't give a fuck about the government. I do things my way. I make the rules. I understand that life is an infinite game. There are no rules to the game of life.
There's definitely rules.
There are not.
Yeah, survival of the fittest. That's
Tell
the rule.
me a legitimate rule of life.
Survival of the fittest. That's the rule. Supply and demand. Right there.
We know that Darwinism is somewhat being refuted with modern technological understandings of the world.
It's less and less, yeah.
Okay, but obviously natural selection is how we evolved as a species. The traits that increase our survivability
and when society collapses, we'll have a recycle of things and everything will go back to its natural order like it always does.
Why would you want society to collapse?
It will collapse.
It's not going to collapse.
Yes, it will.
We're only going to collapse society if this internally parasitic woke culture metastasizes any further. We're so divided in America. We need to come together and bring forth the most dominant age of American exceptionalism in history.
Thank God Trump's president. Thank God Trump is president.
We can talk about President Trump.
Hey, listen, I love President Trump.
I hate all these motherfuckers like Myron Gaines that are fucking against Trump right now.
He's not against Trump. He voted for Trump. He voted for Trump.
And now he's part of these the woke right, like Candace Owens.
I don't know Candace. I don't know Candace. But I will tell you, Myron Gaines told people to vote for Donald Trump. And guess what? He convinced a lot of his people who listen to him to vote for Donald Trump. Quite frankly,
I respect a lot of things Myron says. I just think he's degenerate in a lot of things.
How is he degenerate?
He needs to refine his presentation.
Well, since the fact that he's richer than you, he has more clout than you, I don't think you're in a position to actually give it.
He's not richer than me.
You have 8 figures?
I'm
then he
approaching
is.
that.
Then you're not
Let's
richer than him.
talk at the end of this.
Then he's
football
not richer.
season. All right, as I said earlier, who gives a fuck about?
So first thing, he's not
you're
richer than me,
saying it-
and then it's like, who gives a fuck?
We're in a
You see what I'm talking about?
We're in a similar ballpark. He's not substantially wealthier than
I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
He's not in some
Yeah,
he's not at the top of the hierarchy.
He has
of
top
status.
secret securities. You don't. So you can actually see what's going on in the world. You can't.
Not anymore. He
Yeah,
claims to have been a
does.
Fed and this and
No,
that.
he was a Fed.
Listen, like I said, I think Myron's smart. I think he's a well-spoken
I think
dude.
he's smarter
I
than
think
you. He's
an
definitely
incredible
better spoken than you. If I were you, this is real advice. Look at the best people in the game: Andrew Tate, Myron Gaines, and Nick Fuentes. I don't like him, but he's really good. And look how they talk and learn from them.
Listen,
You're a
this is the
9.
problem.
Adapt.
This is the problem. I am not a fucking slave to the culture.
Getting
I
better,
have the master morality.
being bettering yourself is being a
Yes,
slave.
and I study people, and they are incredible orators, but the content that they're pushing is terrible.
And what
It's dog
content?
shit.
And what content are you pushing?
What does Myron Gaines do to help people? He doesn't know how to train.
He tells
doesn't know how to
he tells
train.
men not to be
He
simps.
doesn't know how to
he
teach
tends
men how to date.
He tells men not to be simps, so they're not. See,
He
guess
turns
what?
them into simps.
The hell he does. The
No
hell he
man that's
does.
sitting here talking crazy is going to get around a woman and make her develop sincere intimacy and trust and bond with them.
I did it.
No,
I did it.
And you said you have an immigrant.
Yeah,
as
of
a
course. I would
woman
never marry an American whore.
who probably didn't speak English when you met
She
her.
spoke perfect
and used
English.
You for a green
perfect.
card.
Perfect. She could have left 13 years ago if that
And
was the
she's
case.
assimilated to our culture.
Yes, she has because I made her assimilate.
Okay, and that's your
Because
responsibility.
that is my responsibility.
Okay.
So what I'm trying to tell you is very, very simple. When it comes to Myron, he has helped many men make sure they're not in positions like you, where they have a baby mama. Guess what? You're financially able to take care of people. So money kind of fixes things. So it's not as bad because you have money. But most of the people who listen, they don't have money. They don't have the resources. And a baby mama can fucking ruin their lives. And he makes sure they're not in situations like that.
This is one of the main advocates of fucking goofy shit like sleeping around. The culture of men not having responsibility.
Bro, I've been married for 20 years. I'm not having that conversation.
He's a goofy motherfucker.
He's not married. He has the right to do what he wants.
No, but when you're
married.
Pushing this degenerate
He doesn't have any
culture
kids.
like rap culture.
He doesn't have any kids. He doesn't want rappers on his fucking program. He hates rappers.
It's the same culture.
No, it's not.
The last
He does not let rappers on his show.
When you talk about sleeping with women, using women for sex, it's the same motherfucking dynamic.
No, it's not.
Fucking a bitch and sending her home in an Uber pool.
I mean,
is what leads to single parenthood.
I can say you've done more since you're a producer for many of these guys than he has.
No,
and you've done
I make
that.
the beats and I speak out actively against the
But
degenerate culture.
the beats you gave these
The last
people,
remnants
they're
of
using
redneck
that
culture.
to fucking basically push all this degeneracy. So you had a part in these rappers pushing degeneracy much more than Myron, and you want to bring this shit up.
No, not much more than Myron.
Much more.
No,
Myron doesn't let it.
Hood, when
I
he
can't
can't even step outside and go to the mall without fear of getting his ass beat up. He can't fight.
He steps outside with me all the time.
I doubt that.
No, I don't.
And I see every time he goes outside, he's getting pressed. I see him getting pressed.
I mean,
when you use the N-word and say the vile things that he said, there's accountability to that shit. Now, I said, I appreciate.
It's a good thing Florida is a stand your ground state. Yeah.
And he's not always in Florida where he's got a gun on him.
He is usually. But I'm going to tell you this: no one's touched Myron, and you know what the thing is? He doesn't have a woman out of wedlock. He doesn't have a baby mama. You do. So I really, really want to reconsider calling him a degenerate when you're doing more degenerate shit than him.
No, that's one instance.
And that's a major instance. It's the biggest one.
Subjective.
It's the biggest one. It's the biggest one. Family unit is the number one thing. You fucked up your nuclear family.
You're right.
That is the number one thing.
You're right. I admit that. And like I said, and
you're a stand-up guy. At least you admit shit.
I
give it.
With my girlfriend here, she knows that in the incredible life that I'm living and the joy that I derive from this experience of being alive and being myself, I have a lot of struggle with this situation that I'm dealing with. Not being in my child's life, she was on a prodigious developmental peak trajectory. And I feel disgusting that I'm not impacting her to the extent that I could. Now, with that being said, I've become more and more sacrificial. I'm more devoted to developing myself, developing lanes of income, developing my prominence.
You can't call other people degenerates when you've done more degenerate shit than them.
That's not degenerate.
Yes, it is. Having a kid out of wedlock is degenerate.
It's not because
that's what handicapped the black culture.
was to maintain the nuclear family unit through all the tumultuous.
Good intentions are the pathway to hell, isn't it?
To some extent.
Yeah.
And I'm in hell when I think about my daughter a lot. And I'm going to do everything I can to adapt.
You should do that. You're a man. That's your job.
And I'm going to. And she's going to be in my life. And I FaceTime her every day. And I do these type of things to be in her life.
FaceTime is not being around her and giving her a hug.
She's 2 years old. And you're right. And it kills me. And I'm going to do everything I can to adapt to that and make sure that I'm physically in her life as much as possible.
And this is what you should do if you want to be an influencer. Use your negativity and turn that into the positive. Go look at those people in the camera right there and say, listen, I can teach you certain things. I can help you better your life, but this is where I fucked up. This is where I fucked up. And because, let me finish. And because I fucked up here, this is what you don't do to fuck up like me. That's how you become an influencer. Use your negative and turn it into a positive.
Oh, I do.
That's what you do.
Why do you think I make extravagant claims like men who commit adultery should be put to death? Of course.
That's extreme.
It is, but
maybe women, not men.
Women and men.
Women more
should
so
have a higher standard of discipline and having superior abilities, more discernment, these type of things. There should be more of a burden on a man remaining faithful to his woman than a woman to a man.
I'm very faithful to my woman, but one of the reasons I'm faithful to my woman was because she was with me when I was broke, and we built it together. And I think that's so important to have a woman when you're broke, because you grow together and you bond together, and that's the best way to build a family. Because me and her can joke about like staying in Motel 6s with cockroaches. We can joke about that now, and that builds a bond. And I'm gonna tell you something, man. You might not believe in this, but if you do the numerology and astrology thing, most men won't fall into that trap. I've married my friend's signs. I married all of that stuff. You might not believe in it, but I'm an example of the way I live my life.
There's no way to empirically verify that. And there is ways to falsify my ideology, which is life being an entropy reduction trainer. You can't tell me that there's any growth without discomfort.
I can't.
Can you grow without any type of...
You sound like Tate. You sound like Tate.
You sound like Tate. There's levels to it.
You sound like Tate.
This is a more nuanced, more descriptive
That's the same thing. He's been saying the same thing for 4 years, bro.
Okay, and we can dig in on any topic. I'm trying to get into developmental
So hold on.
You want to sway the conversation?
It's already done. Are we doing that thing with sports?
100%.
Okay, can you get Sean and Fuzi in this? Whatever the fuck these people are. Get them all involved.
Mozzie's dealing with some shit, but maybe
get them all involved. Sean, I know Sean myself, so get them all involved. And we do this every Monday. We put it up there, and at the end of the year, we see who the best one is.
We'll get Sean and Elf and maybe one other.
There we go.
I mean, Elf ain't one of the best in the sports.
We'll decide. I don't want the top people, so-called. I want the top people with names.
I assure you that within 2 months, you won't need to have all them. I'm going to have the entire sports betting market consolidated in my snake year. And then what are you going to say?
I hear you. Right now, you're telling me you're having issues in your snake year. So
no, I'm having the best year of my life. I met the woman of my dreams, a transformational year. I'm talking to you. Met my brother.
Don't get married this year.
I'm ascending.
No matter what he tells you. Don't get married this year.
And all my brothers need to band up and get with this objectivity.
Anyways, it's time to wrap it up.
Entropy reduction.
Comment below.
What else you got for him? Where can people reach you, man?
Where can people find you,
Go ahead.
You can reach me on X at JWLucasX702 or Instagram JWLucas702. I love everyone in here. Sincerely.
You know where to find Gary. Comment below who you thought won this, by the way. I want to see who you guys think won.
I love you as well.